We're up.
You're streaming?
Yep.
All right. Hello. Welcome again to another Friday evening with SVSU Esports for the League of Legends Red Team. As usual, I am here and I am joined again by Pip after some last minute spring break stuff. Hope everyone that is an SVSU student has enjoyed their spring break. And as we are looking at the draft currently, it looks like we currently have SVSU on the blue side. We're going to be in the bottom left-hand corner. We have Kaisa, Akali, and Garen bans. And then Behrend, who is a Penn State college. We are going to be they have banned Senna, Mord, and Belveth already. So we're not seeing a Belveth play this game, which is very unfortunate. But we are seeing the Vigar and Akshan picks coming out. Akshan's a very interesting one. I have not seen that one in a while.
Yes, if he, I believe how it works is if you kill one of his teammates and then he proceeds to kill you, they respawn immediately. Because I think that's after the rework, but that's a balanced mechanic. as the
As any
likes.
of them are balanced.
Yes.
Come on, we have.
Well, look, Vigar just scales infinitely. It's fine.
Do we have any truly balanced champions in League?
Probably the ones you don't hear about.
You know, you're not wrong. Ooh, we are seeing the Udyr though, and it looks like we're also seeing a Jinx coming on Behrend. So they're obviously not letting Matt have Jinx. And then we're seeing a Seraphine, so we're either going to be. I bet you're probably going to see on Seraphine. Yeah. I don't think Lucas ever really plays Seraphine, and Seraphine is quite an annoying character. So.
Yes, I think Seraphine has enough like peel that it might be able to help the Akshan in case it looks like he's about to target down someone. Matt can possibly help with that, but also I can barely remember what her things do. We do see Morgana coming out from the side of Behrend, so it's going to be a slightly more.
So we're seeing a Jinx and Morgana on bot lane already.
Yeah, they're going to have a slightly more tanky support than us. Actually, we don't know what our support is. Because probably
Vigar's most likely gonna. Yeah, Vigar's gonna be mid. Udyr, we're obviously going to have his jungle.
Joke's on you, Tony's now playing top.
If Tony, yes. Oh yeah, everyone. Tony is playing top lane.
SVSU
Team captain. He is playing top lane this game.
They're immediately there goes the Cho'Gath.
By Cho'Gath. Oh, and we're seeing a Kayn ban.
Yes, so Cho'Gath is by far his best champ, or at least win rate wise his best champ.
Win wise, yes. We're also seeing why are they? Oh no, wait, that's Syndra. Okay, so they're still banning mid, but I feel like we're seeing a Vigar mid.
Yeah, they were debating on banning the Victor.
Yeah. Either way, either one, Brian and mid, and they banned Malphite. That is our last ban for SVSU. Now we're seeing Behrend pick their last. Ooh, excuse me, their last or one of their last. Oh no. Are they picking the monkey? Probably, they are picking the monkey.
Probably monkey and jungle. And
you're correct. Wukong.
So it looks like we might have
Vigar ADC
lane then, yeah. So I guess that's why they chose Vigar in first round picks because he's a strong champ that can be played both in mid.
Seraphine is basically a Sona copy, so we might be seeing. Seraphine. We're seeing a Jax top, so we're seeing.
So the Victor mid, probably Seraphine support.
Yeah. So we're seeing a Jax top, Udyr jungle. It's gonna be a Victor mid, and then Vigar and Seraphine ADC to support.
Yes.
And then on their team,
we're going to have a very punch you in the face with all of the ability damage you've ever seen type build, and then Jax just says, "Well, I'm not gonna die."
Set top, Wukong jungle, Akshan mid, Jinx and Morgana ADC support.
Speaking of "Well, I'm not gonna die," as we remember a set from last week.
Set is just set.
Yes.
All right. I do have a couple notes wrote here. I have a couple notes, I swear.
Nothing ever makes sense with that character. I've watched...
Which one? Set?
Set. I've watched both our... It was our top lane and our... not the French is right now. Vanilla Gorilla come up. And they ganked the set.
Oh,
it was a beautiful gank. It was an absolutely amazing gank. Set went down to like no health, couldn't do anything. I got word from Vanilla Gorilla afterwards. He said the set clipped into the grass so we could no longer see him for the final auto attack. And that
Yes.
half second was all that was needed for the set to suddenly regain about a
Fear
third of his
is
health
the
and then
first
somehow
of
kill
many
both.
foes.
Alright. I think the Yes, we can see it. Thank you, Ben. I must point out, my last one. So I have two final notes. Actually, I have three, but two major ones right now. So this is the team that our SDSU Blue or SDSU B team completely stopped last week. That is my first point. My second point is both of these teams have a record of 3 wins, 2 losses. So either team that wins today will be put into playoffs. Although I don't think that's really a problem because according to Tony, they are all going to have a big chance of going into playoffs. It sounds like most teams or all teams will be going into them.
The weak fear
So
the shadows.
Fear controls
yeah,
them.
it's a very small fear. So what it seems to be is whoever wins this one is the first one to go into playoffs, and then we're hoping that. Oh no, wait, it's a Seraphine ADC Vigar support.
They're both in bot lane.
They're in bot lane,
We
you're
were close
correct.
enough. We were a bit off. We were close enough.
They're both in bottom lane.
We finally get to not see the mummy.
Okay, we haven't seen the mummy in a good while.
It's been like 2 games. I'm gonna be honest. This is the 3rd game where we have not seen a Mumu played. And actually, no, we saw Mumu played 1 game.
We've seen him played a couple times this season, but we haven't seen him very many
It's-
times this season, which is very surprising.
That has been most of the games.
I
Like,
will
it's been at least 1 game.
I will point out every game that I've seen them play, there is either a ban on Udyr or Belveth.
Yeah, to take out
So
the
our
back junglers.
obviously this is actually kind of interesting because we're seeing Tony actually play this season as well.
Yes.
Um,
SVSU Ronan,
yes,
as he's recently changed his name.
they all changed, so they all had matching SV.
Yeah. And now you're stuck with us for the next 3 minutes. All right.
Oh, I also must point out our support is now SV Luna. It is not Lucas anymore. It is Luna. So, congrats for Luna on that. Big congrats for that. And she officially changed her names and everything. So, congrats to Luna for that. And
Right. Does the enemy team not have names?
that's fine. Or did you want him to put the intermission screen, or did you want him to put caster cam?
It's up to him, honestly.
And
Yep.
I don't want to leave looking at my beautiful face, Bunny.
So we're just here. You can always swap to the clip screen and then just
That's
sort of
fair.
have it
They've
talking
all
over.
seen the same clips like 5 times,
so
so
I-
that's understandable.
I've
Okay,
instructed him to just sort of click through Twitch clips because I really need to put together the next video.
that's fine. I understand, Bunny.
We can talk a bit more about what little we know of the team comps.
Okay, so Jax is nuts.
Yeah.
Jax is always nuts. Jax is one of the Jax is almost kind of like set. It's one of those ones where if you let him snowball out of control, you can't stop him. And Jax is able to it's not his actual flash ability, but he's able to jump away. So it's very difficult to catch him. Udyr, you have big buff man. Up against Monkey, Udyr is going to win. Udyr is just that was the big problem. That was something that League was trying to tackle. Was Udyr, Mumu, and like all these other champs that were in jungle that either shouldn't have been or they were big problems, and Udyr's problem was not solved. So Udyr is still a problem.
Yes. So Wukong will not be able to really contest.
Kong might be
No,
able to
for-
early game, but late game it is probably going to be a big difficult thing.
It's like it's not going to be a contest that they can take one-on-one. It's going to be we got to sort of call out the jungle rotation. So their best hope is maybe catching them rotating from like mid to Dragon Pit
Yep.
or like Herald. I think it's Behrend Pit.
Baron or
it's-
Herald. Either one, yeah.
Yeah.
Victor, obviously we know how Brian is on Victor.
Large beams. Tread.
This is also I don't know how many times I've seen Matt play Seraphine. I know Matt plays
I
Seraphine.
know during the scrim they had on, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. I know it was Wednesday because
It was
Thursday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, so they were playing against a Diamond to Masters ranked team, and Kaiser, SV Kaiser, was managing to not really go toe to. Well, they were holding their own, considering it's like two ranks above them that they were playing against. They were holding their own very well in bot lane with Seraphine. So I feel I expect big things.
And then I'm kind of glad because I don't know how many times Luna has actually played Vigar, but I'm actually interested to see the Vigar support.
I expect all of the ones.
Look at all the skinless ones.
Yeah,
I
I think we
can't laugh because some of them don't have good skins.
yeah because League Unlocked. Thankfully, we have it because it's amazing.
Yes.
They get that for our esports room.
Yes. Thank God.
And some of the free skins are scuffed, but also we cannot complain because now we just get to use the champs. And we already see.
Why is that so stacked?
I don't know.
There we go. That was so
Alright.
weird. I say, Bunny, you have hotkeys in front of you now. You should be good.
If you generally just stick to the director cam, it should work out. Already, we can see SVSU sort of doing their general strategy of hard stacking one side of jungle to make sure they can't get invaded. Meanwhile, Behrend.
Behrend or Penn State.
Alright, I'm just gonna go with Penn State. Penn State is more spread out on the map, trying to cover more area. Generally speaking, I don't think either of these teams want to invade jungle early game. They just both seem to set up more in case someone tries to invade. So Wukong his stance in mid though.
Minions
And there we
have
go.
spawned.
Minion spawning. Seraphine is so bouncy.
Seraphine is like the more hyper version of Sona, and she's just annoying, especially when you're. Because in the 1 to 2 games I've played, I unfortunately had to play Seraphine. And it's just the voice lines for that champ are so annoying. I never wanted to kill something more in my life. Okay, anyway. We're already seeing some action in mid lane of just some, poking at some minions.
Can we call laning phase action?
Laning phase action? Yes, we're calling it action. It's early game action.
Alright, time to play the dance of who will get stabbed first. We'll stab to punch.
Oh, we love that in top lane.
Buddy, if you hit the small camera icon in your bottom left and then hit director cam.
There you go. Yeah, so then you don't have to worry about flipping through all the champ ones. It'll do it by itself.
You'll still have to worry about it in case there is actual things happening, but other than that, you'll be fine.
If you see like a big cluster of champs on the map somewhere.
We already see.
Yes, and yes, if the cam hasn't gone there, and there is something happening like that, yes.
And already we see a huge chunk of damage on bot lane.
Oh wow, Morgana is almost is at a sliver of health left.
Yeah, I can't see the rest of her health bar. You know where it is? You know where it went?
It's up above.
It was apparently.
It was
sale.
when I saw it. It was like.
And there's another wall coming out. Not stunning this time, but still.
We're also seeing a little bit of damage up in top.
We're mostly winning our trades. Never mind. We're definitely winning most of our trades.
We are.
It's just it's top lane is currently even.
I'm looking at our junglers. We have both of them, both SVSU and Penn State. Wow, I'm blanking on their name now. Penn State White are both at their blue buffs currently.
General, one thing about jungle is that like early game seems off to me is like they lose so much health clearing their camps.
Yeah, so that is a big thing for like junglers, is that's why some of them is like, I'm trying to think how to word this. So when you're clearing their camps, that's why sometimes they'll have leashes. Yeah. But it's like so that way they don't lose that big chunk of health and they're able to go clear their other camps. But sometimes when a jungler is looking at the comp that they're going up against in whatever lane they're starting off, so like
Well, in bot lane,
Oh,
we see
yeah.
a huge engage coming out.
Seraphine taking first blood onto the Morgana? Yeah, Morgana.
Because that's Jinx, and Jinx might actually go down depending on how the Seraphine went, and just barely escaping with once again a sliver of health. Now they're just gonna play back under tower until their support comes back.
As I was saying, no matter what side they're starting, so obviously you see with Udyr, because he's on blue side, you're on the blue side of the map. You're gonna start with your blue leash, and that's, you know, your bottom part of it. Or if you're on the red side, that's your top part of it, depending on where you're starting. And whatever lane that you're at, that's whatever lane that you're going to be leading.
Coming up for a gank on set. It's not going to turn out like it did last week. The set is already
the set is
very the set no longer
taken out. Last hit by Jax.
Yes.
And we're seeing that Vigar said that he has flash and that. Why are we so pixely?
Happens sometimes. We just gotta take the good with the bad.
Didn't know that it pixel.
The stream's probably fine. It's
I
just on
hope
our
it
end.
is.
Yeah, now
There we
going
go.
back in, we see that our top laner's got to retreat a bit for some items. It's just going to be sort of SVSU taking a bit advantage of the fact that they've just been leading early game. Already at 1.5k gold lead almost, 1.7.
It looks like Seraphine was taking out some of the vision on her enemy side. We're just kind of waiting for things to happen now.
We're back to the laning phase.
Yeah.
It's going to be small bit of action and then shooting minions. That's how the start of league games go.
I don't know if I should try and finish my leash talk. Every time I try to go back to it, something happens.
Worst case, something happens.
It's fair. So, where was I at my leash talk now that I say that? Oh, right. So whatever side you're starting off with your leash. So, in this example, Udyr, or as we see Tyler, he started off on his blue buff, which is closer towards bot lane. So that means that bot lane would go in for a leash, but I feel that he told bot lane, or that they discussed for bot lane, that this comp down here is probably going to be a little bit more difficult. Oh wait, we're watching.
Is that Akshan mid? I saw him like hook in. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, he might have TP'd.
Okay.
No,
No, he just has to grab him.
yes. So this comp, they might have looked up and said, hey, this is a little more dangerous than we would like to, you know, actually play for. So what you guys are going to do is you go continue your lane phase. I'll take care of this camp myself. So that's, you know, when the jungler will say, like, I want no leash.
We see a bit of engage going on both top and bottom laning. Solid
That
jump health from
Vigar
SVSU.
cage sucks.
And then a huge jump down our mid laner. Victor might go down here. Caxias is going to be in trouble. He managed to get back to his tower. They sent 3 on. Wait a minute. Where'd the third person come from?
What do you mean?
Unless... Am I losing it? Meanwhile, on bot lane, we're
Wukong.
going to be
Wukong
seeing...
has a clone thing.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah,
We do
Wukong
however
can
see
make clones.
Kaiser does get a pick onto Jinx. Meanwhile, we're used to be clearing some vision on Dragon Camp. Then starting on his own. I guess Udyr is buffed enough to take on Mountain by himself.
Yes.
And Wukong's coming back.
They
to
also might still be in the process of trying to push them back, because I can see Seraphine is now starting to go down there. Because they want to make sure that you push your people, your bot lane, as far back as you can before you even go take on Dragon. But it did look like Victor has also taken out the Akshan as well, so woo on that.
As the Akshan tried to push in a bit too aggressive when Wukong was coming back down for a gank. Meanwhile, Victor wasn't actually pushed up, and we do see SVSU taking the first dragon.
And that was a Mountain Drake.
That was
We
Mountain
we need our bets.
Right.
What? So what you betting?
You know what? I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark. I want to see Ocean. I want to see the Ocean Boy.
Ooh, Ocean Boy. Arguably one of the best drakes. Ah!
I think we like Cloud Drake or Cloud Souls.
So they said Cloud, like win rate rise is the best.
Cloud and Chemtech are up there.
Yes, but like if we're talking about like what they actually buff up wise, it would definitely not be at the top. It's just because of like weird team comps that
We
exist.
do see the Wukong starting Herald, and I don't think our Udyr can actually see that far into it. However, he's gonna be
That's the
jumping up now.
clones. See, one of them is that one was the clone. We do see Udyr immediately engaging on the Wukong though.
Wukong's
Already bringing him down to half health. Never mind the third of the health. Booting him down. Jax jumping in, chasing Zed away, and looks like SVSU might be taking this Herald.
They are. Penn State not really going to be able to contest, leaving actually it's just our Seraphine alone to contest bot. Meanwhile, Luna decided to come up and help with the Herald bit.
Never mind Luna going back down the river, back towards bot. Because Seraphine with this Morgana and Jinx is not a good idea. it does look like Akshan is contesting with Victor again, but it looks like Victor has him pushed back under his tower, which is no bueno.
And we can see our Vigar struggling just a small bit to get back to lane as they just try and fire for skill shots, trying to dissuade them. But it will be just going back to the general will be shooting minions again.
It looks like Udyr is going up for a gank as well, because I just saw him go up towards top lane with Set. And it does look like he's in.
Set's just sort of dancing around tower, waiting for the Wukong
Oh,
from the side.
Wukong also coming up in for the gank, trying to stop them, pushing them back.
We do see a pick on bot lane, and Morgana is also going to be stuck under tower. SVSU is just sort of dominating this laning phase.
SVSU is definitely like this comp, especially with like Seraphine and Victor and Jax. It's a very pokey comp. So you're able to poke and poke and poke, and you're able to push them back, which is something that Penn State has to kind of keep an eye out for. Because they're going to be able to poke them, and they're going to be able to keep them pushed underneath their towers, and it's going to be a big problem.
And Penn State running slightly more engaged champs aren't really going to be able to find their ways in that they might be looking for. Just leaving SVSU getting farther and farther as Penn State had to fully back for items and gold. SVSU is basically at 3,000. Do I remember how math works? Somewhere around 3,000, 3.4.
3.6, 3.7 right now. Excuse me.
And then bot lane happily trotting back.
That's Vigar. Vigar just happily trots. He is an evil little being, but does evil bad.
Oshkon's coming in with his help from Wukong. However, a flash from Cactus Cat will be getting him back to the safety of the tower. These ganks haven't been working out too well because
not particularly for Wukong, no. Wukong's clone ability, you should be able to either gank or you should be able to attack easily. But Wukong's like clone ability also is better to have when you're like jumping through a wall, so then you can just attack someone on the other side.
See Udyr going into the Gorilla with help from bot laners. He's going to be starting to engage on bot lane. I don't even know who's getting.
I think he's getting Morgana. There goes Morgana getting slain. Unfortunately, Morgana also taking out the Udyr in that fact, but Vigar taking out the
Jinx and
Wukong and Jinx.
Yes. The trade on the Morgana for Udyr was not as good because we have a bounty on our Udyr, but however, the 2 picks we got afterwards definitely made that engage worth it.
Absolutely.
And we will also be taking a tower and bot lane for this, most likely. Unless armor plating is just like tough.
Armor plating is very difficult, but it does look like they're getting armor plating off of it. I would say the turret plating has not fallen off yet. That is normally at 14 minutes into the game, when they give off your message of it will be falling soon.
I think one thing as to why the ganks haven't been working on mid lane, because every single time the Wukong's getting ready for a gank, normally if your jungler is going to gank you, you feel you're confident, you can walk up. It's Cloud Drake also. But you can just walk up confidently because you know they're going to be there. Meanwhile, we see a few lurking in the bushes. And this might be bad for SVA Vanilla Gorilla. If you find him in the corner, he's going to be rooted in what looks like the wall. It was not the wall.
It was a little crack.
And now Cactus Cat waiting. He's
We do see Harold summing. Oh, I forgot he had Harold.
And the rest of the SVSU also coming up to make this into a team fight for something.
Should have been taking out the Udyr though, but Seraphine taking out the Wukong in the midst of it. Harold is marching right on down to get that tower.
I think Harold's skippy a tower.
No, it's going down.
Is it going back?
It should be going down.
You know, it's going.
Yeah, it got its first turret. Yep, it's right there. I see it now.
I confused the Herald for the tower, I'm not gonna lie.
Harold got its first tower for SVSU, and it looks like we have mid lane, and we had Vigar kind of starting and engaging on the Drake, and we got Vigar just kind of.
Vigar is realizing it's the Drake.
No, Vigar has realized it's a bad idea and letting Drake go back, and it looks like Seraphine's also coming in. Maybe going up to mid lane? Maybe we are doing lane phase? I don't think so. Never mind. It looks like Vigar was just hiding in the bushes, but it looks like Seraphine and Vigar are now going to hide in bushes again, and now we're going to hide in a different bush.
Look, we got all the brush, we might as well use it. They're just looking for someone to walk ever so slightly too close. Penn State not really knowing that FGC is here, so they don't have sight, and we see the engage coming out. Wukong's already almost
this clone, but trying to take a lot of damage, but sending out the clone as well to get him to back off.
And now Akshan is going to be in trouble.
Akshan is annoying with that hook.
You guys get up.
And it looks like Udyr finished the dragon without us even knowing, so there's that. I'm gonna say Chemtech. I forgot to even say it.
Started and finished the dragon.
It's Hextech.
Almost the same. It feels like the same thing.
They're not.
Wait, actually, what Drake did they take away if we have Hextech and Chemtech? And before we get into that, we've got a bit of engage going on.
Yes, we have an engage in mid.
Losing about a solid chunk of health. But
Yes.
yeah, Penn State currently just can't find ways in team fights.
Not at all, it seems like, and that's kind of difficult for him. Anyway, what were you asking?
I
What
don't
other
know.
Drakes are there?
Vaguely, but like, don't they normally take a Drake out if they add a Drake back in? We do see SVSU for starting Herald. This
I'm trying to like think of how to interpret this question. Honestly, I have like.
I'm noticing at some point
So.
as we watch the Herald get massacred on screen.
Oh, are you asking like? So when they like, I think I know what you're asking. So when they took out Chemtech, are you asking if they put in a different one?
Oh, they put in
What?
Hextech for Chemtech, right?
So what happened was they had Hextech. It was so they had Chemtech in it already, but
We
they
see
took.
FSU starting to push down mid. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Herald.
We do have Herald going to push at this tower in mid lane, and it looks like ooh, that was a big chunk of health.
Your tower
Big
out.
bug.
There is no longer a tower here.
That was unfortunately a minion finished it though.
It's fine. As long as the tower falls, we don't care who.
That's fine. And it looks like Jinx is getting bullied out of this game.
Drix, I think that was a double kill, but it's not popping up. There's only, oh, it's Wukong clone. Okay. That's just gonna keep throwing me off, apparently. FSU Luna getting a kill on the Morgana a bit past the tower, and FSU's just gonna
Just
see how
pushing
far
this mid tower. This is disgusting.
that is, and now Penn State can't even push past it because they've got the minion wave to deal with. And
Disgusting.
meanwhile, on top lane,
Meanwhile, in top lane,
the set
Set
kills
shutting
are
down the
behind.
Jack. Oh, okay.
It's set. It's fine.
Anyway,
Things happen.
So Hextech was put in, here Chemtech was here. But they added Chemtech.
Oh, so they didn't take another one out. We just had.
No, so when they take it out, they don't necessarily replace it. They just added another mechanic and then replaced the mechanic. Because the first mechanic was OP. Because what it did was it completely revived you. Or, like,
Okay, so
resurrected you. That's a better way to say it. Because it resurrected you at, like, I don't remember if it was like a third or a quarter of health.
we do see Penn State grabbing a tower on top of it. Lane.
We do see Set trying to get it. Or Set
It's
to
already
get it.
gone.
It is gone. I'm ignoring it. But yeah, it was pretty much Chemtech was already in it. Chemtech was very OP though, and they took it out, added Hextech, or Hextech was added before it was removed, something like that. But then Chemtech was replaced as well with a different mechanic.
We do, however, have our Vigard now subbing out on top lane for a second.
With Morgana. Oh, and Seraphine's up there too.
We've sent. Never mind. We've swapped. We've sent our bot laners up there. Victor's going down bot lane.
This is a weird lane phase, not gonna lie.
As it's no longer in main lane phase. We've made it to mid game, which is why we see SVSU going just about everywhere, trying to throw off Penn
That's
State
weird.
because they're. Contesting
But it does
bot
look like
lane.
we are having everyone pretty much come up here. Minus Akshan and Victor, obviously, because they're just in mid lane. We're not, or bot lane. We're just gonna ignore them. We're seeing this big team fight basically up here.
Seeing-
Almost. Anyway.
It's the like sizing each other up. You aren't sure if you can take them, but like it's probably like, we can take
Gate.
these guys. Gate. Enclosure.
Like that.
You lost voice privileges apparently.
I did.
Meanwhile, we see our Victor pushing up a bit far on. I can't even call this a split push because we aren't really pushing.
It's not particularly a split
It's
push.
just a lane. There's chilling in bot. Looking for a bit of farm.
Split
it looks
pushing
like
more occurs when you have like your teams on either one of the pits, and then you have some random champ somewhere else. So like you could be in the drag pit, and then you just have this random like set in lane at top.
as top laners normally are. Speaking of,
Hi, top lane.
hello, top lane. How goes it?
We just have
What's the
Jack.
Jack's up to?
What is the Jax up to? Hello, Jax.
Minions. And it looks like we have not really a bit of an engage, but a clump. We got a clump going on bottom jungle. And actually a literal clump. We've got 2 SVSU players just sitting in a bush again. There's
Make it
How many of
3!
us are there? There's 4 of us.
4!
And this poor
This Jinx has
gets
been
saved by
destroyed.
Flash.
Red turret gets destroyed, but it looks like we have SVSU already engaging, and
There
most
will not be time.
we're at a quarter of the way there. Never mind, we're at a fifth.
Penn State now realizing SVSU is actually engaging.
SVSU getting the Hex Tech Drake. That need one more to get Soul. Oh, as I must also point out, as Luna does, Luna likes to sit here and point out when they spawn. Luna has already pointed out we have another Drake coming in 5 minutes.
We can throw up the timers, but also
It's fine. We're fine. I can see it right here if we really need to.
we'll use the chat logs as the league players.
Yes. Well, it looks like we see our bot laners channeling back. Goodbye. Victor is also spawning back. I think that they've realized that Penn State is a little behind, and they are able to actually take a little bit of a breather right now.
They were also probably sitting on way too much gold for items.
Most likely.
As they are still, they have not dropped below, like, once the lead has been established, they haven't dropped below 4K.
You're correct. It's because we are at 6K above them. And we are at 13 to 3 kills. We are at 3 Drakes on top of their 0, and we have 4 turrets on their 2.
We do however see their Morgana coming down to possibly try and help bot lane. The Vicar is doing fucked up.
I don't know. We just have them kind of like
I
roaming
think
around
we're setting
the.
up for Behrend.
Oh, hi, Set. Set and Jax running into each other into the jungle.
And,
Oh,
Set
this
has
is.
decided
Oh
that
my god.
The Jax will not be dying today with some help from Vanilla Gorilla.
Udyr is saving them, but it looks like we have 4 of the 5 SVSU people up here.
Yep, this
Where is the 5th one?
They are Elsa. It's Victor in our jungle.
Oh, of course. It's always Victor.
Hard engage. I can't even tell who that is.
I was the clone. Wukong being taken out, the OG one, and Vector. That is Set.
Yep. Meanwhile, Udyr chasing down the Morgana.
Oh my god!
They do not care about the turret. They do not care about your health pool. We will be walking there regardless. And the Udyr gets rooted under the turret. Might actually go down. Third shot chasing. And we'll finish it off. We do, however, get the kill on Morgana.
I didn't know it was the tower.
Morgana was the last champ to actually deal damage, so that root was very unfortunate. Directly into
Aw.
aggro.
That poor
Meanwhile,
Udyr.
Our Victor is chasing down the Akshan and Invis. Akshan just...
Everyone's just chasing down the opposing team, and it's not going good.
At the end of the engage on top. Looks like SVSU is going to try and push for this tower kill. They do manage to get it.
There goes a turret.
They'll be leaving now. They came for. We're out. We've done the thing.
Oh yeah.
Oil.
Photo.
I don't understand. The reference is lost on me.
I know. I figured. I'm very depressed. That's okay. Photo.
Oh, solved, obviously.
I'm seeing an Udyr purchase a Jack show. Oh no.
And it looks like there's... I can't tell what's happening in the jungle. There's a lot of pings. That's all I have to say.
Where?
In
Which
the
area?
Clump. Oh, okay, it's just 3 of Penn State.
Yes.
Sort of trying to figure out what's going on.
You see Akshan, you see Morgana, and Wukong. But it looks like they are traveling up towards mid.
They are realizing SVSU starting a bit of a push up mid. I don't think we've gotten Behrend yet. That's going to be taking a good chunk of damage back and forth. And yeah, this becomes a problem. Set is a champ that needs to get in, I think. Judging from what I've seen, he is Punch Man. So if he can,
Yes.
if he cannot get in because we have all of these ranged ADC champs, he's not going to get to do much. And now we just get the jungle games, apparently. We've decided they don't get XP either.
Hey, Udyr.
We're still here. Swapping over to Slate. Bot push. They're just looking. SVSU is looking for a pick to start this fight off, and then probably going after that. We do see our Victor getting rooted, and this might be a big issue for SVSU. These guys
Taking another turret in Batlin. That brings us up to 6. We're seeing a little bit of engage here, but we're seeing a lot of, oh my goodness.
The engage is turned around on Penn State in an instant. They sort of greeted the Victor kill And then SVSU Video Grill was able to come and capitalize on the fact that the rest of
We're
SVSU
seeing the one death on our team being the Jax. How unfortunate for Tony. His first game, and he has already been killed.
he was killed, I think twice.
And that is I was about to say that's an ace, but then I realized Akshan exists.
Yeah, Akshan's still out there somewhere.
He's right there.
He hid most of the fight was going on.
He's probably just swinging around the turret.
I think he's dealing with the minion, but meanwhile we see SVSU taking Behrend. Might be what all they need to finish the game.
That could possibly be it, but we also do have a Drake coming up soon as well.
It's gonna matter. We got Behrend. We
That's
got
fair.
Behrend buffed SVSU. Channeling back. They're gonna be coming back from spawn, full health, probably full item builds, and ready to try and get this last push for the item.
We are seeing them immediately run.
They're sprinting. They
Zoom.
go in mind.
Never mind, they are going into the jungle, baby!
To the gates we go.
Towards the Drake! Drake is spawned!
It's gonna be very.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
SVSU getting ready for the engage.
Oh, Morgana rooting, I think that's Jax. Yes, it is Jax. Morgana rooting Jax once again. We got the Hex Victory coming out, but it's gonna go back and it looks like it's gonna be reset. Udyr being rooted once again. Vigar getting a cage out. Stunning a couple people over on Penn State side.
Taking half their health with it. And SVSU isn't even looking at a team fight here. They're just looking to control the
They're
space.
just getting this Drake and they're already bringing it down to a quarter of the health, and it looks like they're going to be bringing it out. It looks like they've slain the Hextech and they claim the Hextech soul.
And they have a single Drake on the side. Meanwhile, on top lane. Elsewhere
This
on the
is
map.
going to be our joke for the rest of the season. Meanwhile,
I mean, it can be generally exciting, and the Jax somehow kills Morgana from full, and is now going to be playing ring around the Rosie with the rest of the team. Akshan tries to jump in.
Wacky! Action! Take it out, Morgana.
Akshan took out Jax, which brought back Morgana. Because remember, Akshan, if you kill his teammate, he kills you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. Okay, I got it.
And the fact that the Jax are, meanwhile, back to the next engage before we even say anything. It's happening so fast paced, we don't get to say anything about the last engage. SVSU is hard pushing with the amount of Canadian minions we have stacked up. Behrend buff is ready. Penn
Boys.
State's gonna sort of have to try and play slow. SVSU realizing we don't have much of a minion wave, so they're just gonna be waiting for the next push.
And it looks like they are slowly coming up now.
No, well, not much of a time to wait. We have the minions up top, we're gonna be using them.
We are pushing up our top.
Udyr taking out
At the minions. Hey,
Cage coming up from SVSU, the Vigar Cage killing the Wukong. Clone set goes down.
take it out.
Finally, he dies.
There goes an inhibitor.
Morgana-
Maybe.
Vigar Cage Morgana will also go down to SV Luna. And
There goes an inhibitor.
it's sort of just going to be a cleanup. The Super Minion comes in from SVSU.
We got more minions coming in.
They are all.
Can Penn State find a way to turn this around?
Penn State is mostly either dead or in spawn. So I don't believe even if they get
Probably not, because there goes two turrets, and we already have the Nexus down to half health, and it looks like we're going to be... Oh, we are... Never mind, they are chasing after Penn State players now, and it looks like it has been taken out. That is a win for SVSU at 27 minutes into the game.
That is, for a second they decided we'll get a few more kills and then finish off the inhib. But now we're back, and because, you know, spectator delay, basically already going into the next game. A lot of the things that Penn State had an issue with there was just the fact that they lost to the character select screen, is the best way to put it. SVSU built their team around long range engage.
Love their kid. Ryan!
Oh no, we've lost him. Give us back our cactus.
It
Basically,
looks like because Behrend lost, it looks like they are picking blue side this game.
they are.
So we will be on red side, so we will be atop right this time.
So they will have the first pick of. They'll have their choice pick of the meta champ, which is normally how blue side pick bans go. Meanwhile, SVSU will be able to sort of counter to what they do, to what they pick, and then pick our comp based off of what they're picking.
So I have a feeling that we are going to be seeing a lot more bans of this team comp that we see in front of us.
Well, here's the thing: they can't unban Cho'Gath. They can't unban one of the junglers.
That's fair. They have to either ban Udyr or Bel'Veth.
So we also haven't clicked on the draft link.
Spec one?
I can only hope. You'll have to go and change the window to a new window because it's technically a different draft screen. Okay, it's captured
All right, cool.
or should be.
Should be anyway.
Should be. We'll find out later.
We will. You're correct.
Worst
And
case, we say
if
nothing
y'all
about the
can't
text.
see it, oh, it is. It is the right one. Okay. Okay. Bunny says on his it is the right one.
All right. I keep forgetting Ace Holes here now. We will never see this dragon. Because whenever he becomes legal in ECAC, it's probably just getting banned round 1 every time.
All right. Looks like we got a blue band coming up. Behrend is taking the first ban. Woo! I mean,
It'll be the Viking.
oh my god!
Be gone, your whole
He told you.
We don't care if you're a master of evil. We don't want you here. Kaisa will be
He's a
banned.
master of evil, but he's not a good master of evil. Oh, Kaisa again. Okay, Mord again. Okay,
Look, just because he's the master of evil doesn't mean he does his job well.
that's Vygar.
We do see the Akali ban from SVSU.
And an Ujir fan. So that leaves Belveth open.
And it does. And SVSU having their last, unless they pick Belveth. And then we should probably go back to the mummy.
We're seeing a
chase.
Garen ban again.
It's Garen? Okay.
I have something to say, but I will refrain from saying it, and I will wait until later.
Alright.
Only because it was what Tyler said, and I am quoting him, and it scares me, and I will not say it on air because I'm sure I will be killed.
You see Sarah?
They picked Seraphine this time.
So it looks like their main plan is try and take the characters. Like what they've forgotten is they left Luna with her main, which is Senna.
Yes,
Because they
that is
had to use
true.
the rest of their bans for all
So, they might be screwed again.
just a bit. But we'll have to see how this works out. We're probably going to be seeing less of an engage from Behrend just based off the fact they were willing to pick Seraphine, and we see
Lucian!
who can be played, as we found out, basically anywhere. So we'll never know where he is.
Lucian?
He's on our team comp.
Yes.
That's the best we got. We do see Leona coming out from Behrend, so that's
Most likely their support. So Seraphine, Leona, and unless they want to pull out
Unless
some
Seraphine's
whack
mid.
stuff and have Seraphine in mid.
It somehow works. She just does it all. She
Somehow.
does it all besides top.
Kane! Jungle.
SVSU sort of deciding that they don't need to worry about the Kane as much.
Belvet, 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 Belvet.
Mayhaps.
Belvet.
No, wait.
Are they? Oh, buddy, don't spoil it for me.
I feel like we don't need to worry as much about our jungle pick here because,
But Belvet.
yes, the head spake.
I know it is.
So
I had to sit there and explain that to Cutter.
yes,
It was funny.
we do have the Malphite band coming out from SVSU once
It's-
again.
It is a stingray, you're correct. It's a stingray that eats people. You're correct, Bunny.
And
It is, you ain't wrong. We're seeing a Malphite ban from SVSU again. We're seeing a Victor ban from Penn State. Penn State white. I have to emphasize it is a different color. It is white.
I'm just going Penn State. Is that no? It's Akshan.
It is an Akshan ban, and that is a Syndra ban. So I bet you it's Lucian mid.
Fair enough.
That is my guess.
We'll know after this pick.
That's true.
Well, no, we
Jack's top again.
Right.
They're letting him have the Jack's top again.
They are. They also left Cho unlocked, though. I guess
That's true.
decided
Vex?
probably top because Vex is tank for some reason. It doesn't look like she's a tank, but she's a tank.
Vex is Vex can be top, but Vex has also been
Oh,
played
well, I guess,
mid.
I guess it's mid then because we have
Yep.
the set coming out.
We have the set coming out again. I don't think either the Jax or the set were too much of a problem for either team, so I think that's why they left those ones open. But you are correct. They left the Cho'Gath open.
Meanwhile,
Unless Tony's taking Cho'Gath and we have Jax mid. Which I highly doubt. And Lucian could be ADC.
it looks like they're sort of deciding that the Jack's work no need to change it. And
That
once
is
again,
true.
we see Behrend making a Zig.
Nope, Ziggs is mid. Jax top, Belveth jungle, Lucian. No, Ziggs mid, Lucian ADC, Senna support.
I'm disappointed in the amount of Yordle I see on the screen here.
There's two.
There's 3 counting Vigard.
But Vigar's banned.
I know, but just in general.
Are you disappointed that they're on here at all, or are you
Yeah.
disappointed that
I'm disappointed
there's not
that
more?
they're here at all.
Okay.
If it's TFT, I'm all for it. Here, not as much. You'll probably be seeing. Behrend still. I think this is still more of an engaged comp. I'm pretty sure most of those champs are close range. Vex, I honestly have no idea about. I know Kane wants that, but Seraphine is whatever she wants, so that's going to be the character from the back line.
Seraphine is more ranged, in my opinion.
Yes.
Not like Caitlyn ranged, but she's ranged.
Yes, she cannot brawl on the front line, but generally speaking, mid to long range, she can hold her own.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, SVSU still. I don't know. I think we're more mixed on this side. The Velvet and the Jax can be able to brawl on the front line. Meanwhile, Lucian, Senna, and Zig. Actually, no, we're still going for Poke.
We still have a more.
We've got our.
We have a similar comp feel.
To know.
However, we did change something. Like we have more of like lane influence champs. Like I don't think that makes sense at all. But we have champs that are more specified for that specific role. So like Seraphine.
Besides Lucian.
Seraphine is just like Lucian. They can be played anywhere.
First of many foes.
I hope to God they're not playing them in jungle, because that would be. I don't want to see that. That sounds disgusting. But
You've also never seen.
I've never seen it. I don't want to see it.
I would never have to.
No, don't put them in the jungle, Bunny. That is an awful idea. Anyway,
I'm looking at you, roommates.
you're looking at you roommates. Which roommate are you looking at?
Either of them.
Yes.
Both of the league players. Oh, both of that side of the dorm.
So Tyler and Tony got it.
Yes. And we do see the Kane jungle as we sort of assume. Belvet, the string able to be floating around the map, also joining jungle. Vex is going mid lane. And then it's probably going to be Lucian, like you said. We said, Ziggs, right. I forgot Ziggs was there. I already, just like that, I already forgot about the Yordles. We'll have him battling it out in mid lane.
Vex is you don't see very much of Vex in my opinion. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I feel
but
like it means Vex might be one of those balanced champs we don't hear about.
maybe. I doubt it though. I believe that in League there is no such thing as a balanced champ.
I feel like it depends on what you define as balance.
Okay, if I can play the game and not get like blocked, I'm happy with that. And as I pointed out, when I saw Ziggs mid, I knew immediately Lucian was not mid.
Yep. I forgot about the Zig.
Because Lucian mid was normally what a previous player played on our team last semester. And we haven't seen that since.
To be fair, he normally played a Gully. And then had all of the pockets for some reason.
Anyway, where the hell was I? Oh, I was talking about Vex.
Yes.
I was talking about Seraphine and Lucian, but then I got on the idea of Vex. So Vex is one of those ones you don't see very much. I wouldn't say she's the same thing as like Seraphine. I wouldn't say that she's completely ranged, but she would probably be she's ranged. Yeah, ranged enough, but she's a lot more close
I
combat.
think it's the reverse of Seraphine.
Yeah.
Like Vex can handle herself. They can both handle themselves in mid to range. But
Yes.
Seraphine goes mid to long. Vex goes
Yep,
mid to short.
that's pretty much, yeah. And then the other topic I was on, Seraphine and Lucian are both the ones that you can play anywhere. Just please don't put them in jungle, but you can play them anywhere. But this is like they're more specified for one specific role, even though people play them in different roles. So like you have Senna. Senna, I would say, is more of like obviously your support. Lucian can be played anywhere. But when you look at someone like Veigar can be played support or mid. We have Senna, who is more like of a support character or champion. Lucian can just be played everywhere. Bel'Veth is mainly meant for the jungle. Jax is played top normally. Jax can be played other places, but normally you see Jax top. Ziggs stays mid. I just spat everywhere. I'm sorry.
It was somewhere in that direction. I'm fine. I'm safe from the splash zone.
There were 5. Are you serious? They used all.
But
I have news. Apparently, B team's game, the opposing team has used 5 bans. So all of their bans against the top lane of ours.
Look, it's a strategy.
It's a strategy, but you're only targeting one lane.
Yeah. But also, if they just feed their top laner,
Does Tito even have 5 champs to ban?
they wouldn't cover all their bases. Their plan is probably feed their top lane carry and go from there. But we've got a team currently.
That's correct, but I'm still like confused. Tito has 5 champs that they can ban?
We'll dissect that later. They looked at his character pool, saw the 3 champs he actually plays, saw that he built into 2 others, and are like, be gone. You have no options now. Have fun. I don't think they can also... They can't swap who's playing where mid-game.
No, they
are
cannot. You're
locked
correct.
in.
You're correct. Apparently Buddy heard screaming from
Actually,
the
wait,
corner.
technically speaking,
What?
there's nothing against them picking champs for separate lanes than just walking. As absolute
Stop it.
worst case.
Stop it. No.
I'm saying, if they banned all Tito's top laners,
No, we're not Tito and Buddy.
if they banned all of Tito's top laners,
No.
you know what you must do. Play mid. I believe in you.
Stop it.
But
I really must know. What 5 champ? I thought Tito only had like 2, like a Lowy.
they didn't want to leave anything open. They
Apparently.
weren't taking chances.
Tito, poor top lane for B team.
Yes, poor T3. No, it's T2.
That's T2.
Yeah,
T3 is their jungler.
There's too many of them.
Yes, I know. There's like 5 of them. Is there one on the Valorant team?
I think.
Okay. Well,
I don't know the Valorant players' actual names. I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I know one's in the game right now.
mostly Tylers at this point, and it's
No,
getting very
there's even more
confusing.
Tonys. We have the hierarchy of Tonys.
We have the hierarchy of Tonys, and we're getting like the village of Tylers.
I mean, we got like the list of Tylers. We didn't even like try.
I'm over here like counting 5 or 6 of them. I'm starting to get on my second hand for how many Tylers I know. My brother, mom's boyfriend, my boyfriend, T2, T3. Apparently, there's one on Valorant somewhere.
I don't know if there's one on Valorant. I can only assume there's.
I don't know, buddy. Don't ask me. It just kind of happened. I don't know. My mom had Tyler first before I had Tyler, so.
Did you see? We're going to the game now. The little fox, the Stingray is going to be zooming. I just realized.
Zoom.
Because all of the jungle monsters, not jungle monsters, little jungle pets.
They all have abilities.
Yes.
And yes. Belveth is zooming.
I believe Wolf is just fast. I think that's the general idea behind it. But also, I hadn't looked into the jungle after the update, and we once again see.
I have not looked at them either. We are already seeing them hide into bushes.
Yes,
We're seeing Leona kind of like circling around here a little bit, though. Never mind. Leona must be hiding in a bush.
Yeah. They're just watching for engage again.
My knee.
Are you okay?
No, my knee.
Why'd you slide off the chair?
Oh.
That one's on you. I'm gonna be entirely honest.
I know. My old man knees. Ow.
Is the Ziggs just playing? Is the Ziggs just juggling?
Yes, he juggles bombs.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, that's obviously a great idea. What's the worst that could happen?
Letting a Yordle juggle bombs? Yeah, what could possibly go wrong with that?
Resistant enough, worst case.
Why are we dancing?
Why not? What else are we gonna do? We're waiting for the jungle games.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's like
We're
when we
waiting
start.
on a buff. We're waiting on a red buff.
Yeah, it's like when we. I think that's blue buff. 'Cause-
No, they're blue buff. Oh no, wait, it is blue buff. What the?
Yeah, because it swaps sides. They basically just flip the jungle over the river. Wait.
Backwards. I thought the blue buff was here and here, and then the red ones were there and there. That is backwards.
Oh wait, who has fear? Oh, Vex.
Vex does.
Yes. I was like, there's no way to attack in this game. I can't be like that out of it. We are seeing once again the bit of it. Actually,
Who has the horse?
it's been 10 seconds, so I can't say much. But it looks like engages are being a whole lot more even. Because Behrend now has Penn State. I don't think I'm saying their name right, so that's the only reason I'm still going with Penn State.
That's fine.
Penn State has so much more ranged engage this time. By that I mean they have ranged engage, so they can also just poke back at SVSU. So it's not going to be free.
It's not just
manipulation.
pokey at each other. Like, it's not just SVSU doing the
pokey poke.
Yeah, no, I meant like SVSU is not doing the only poking now.
Yes, it's no longer let's bully the people with short arms. I don't know why that's where my brain went. Of league champs with like T-Rex arms. We are seeing a bit of engage happening top lane.
Back in top lane!
Well, nope, on bot lane now. Leona jumps in. I don't think Leona has a hook, but we do see a stun coming out. Leona is going to be bailing out SP Kaiser or Lucian. I'm butchering some of their names.
Yes, you are.
Somehow that trade came out even. That's gonna be. It's gonna be a real.
That is
got it.
awesome.
I need to remember words.
That is a cool Leona skin. So pretty. It's so pretty.
I've given up. I can't remember the word. You're gonna be seeing our Jack pushed all the way back under tower though.
We lost a word?
Yeah, it's been deleted from my vocabulary for the time being, apparently. I don't know where it went.
He's a Google Doc. He undid the wrong thing, and now he can't fast forward to it.
I hit Control Z one too many times.
It's been erased.
Do we have another engage going on? Nope, never mind. This is their jungle. I forget.
No.
We are not red.
Yes.
No, we are red.
We are red.
We are not blue.
We are not blue. You're correct.
It's just sort of generally SVSU, even in lane, we see a bit of engage, not a bit of engage, a full-on engage going on bot lane. Leona's giving Penn State so many more options of how to get in. And somehow both the AD carries, sorry, Penn State's AD carry, meanwhile our support are going to be extremely low. And ganks happening in the mid lane, Belveth's just sort of scaring off the mid laner and then rotating down the bot.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Stingray. Oh, we're following Stingray now.
Never mind, we are not. We're on
Director
Jack's.
Cam.
Back in top lane.
Yeah, Director Cam is sending us places.
Okay, bye-bye.
We may never. There's gank happening on bot lane, maybe. No, the Stingray is just floating.
It's vibing near a drink.
Yes, vibing menacingly. It's no longer stance menacingly. Now we shall vibe menacingly. You just feel
Jab, 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 jab.
you feel the radiating positive energy coming off, and you're just like, I can't handle that. How do you combat this?
I also must point out it slaps and it jabs. So
It knows two combat maneuvers.
you shall vibe or you will be slapped and jabbed.
One is to slightly annoy you, the other is to hit for a good amount of damage.
One you get stunned from one,
You
and then you die from the second.
You get stunned from the slap. You're just like, I can't believe the Stingray with a giant face just walked up and slapped me. What
This
was I supposed to do?
beautiful face that belongs to this hideous
You
monster.
see SVSU sort of pushing up on bot lane. It looks like the go die. It looks like the support ended up going back for items. Now it's just going to be the Seraphine left alone. And SVSU is going to be trying to deny them the farm.
Baby.
Just take your time.
Yeah.
Alright, our Jack's headed back for items or possibly health. I don't know which.
Be free.
Oh, they will be coming back. Yeah, no, this laning phase is super even. Compared to last game especially. We do see the Leona setting up some sight in the bush and possibly looking for a jump here.
I was about to say that is not vision for us, that is vision for them.
This is, and meanwhile...
I'm seeing
Leona
Pain
is
also coming down as well for a possible gank.
Damage coming down, and the game comes in.
First blood getting by Seraphine. It looks like our Senna has been taken out.
Back to the start button. Do not collect go. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
0.
Start. Leona. I know. I should.
This is random.
I should have
Yes.
let the Monopoly die. It was a bad analogy. Anyways, on top lane, we do see a whole lot of engage. Our Belva is very low.
Zing! He's taking out the Vex. Vex also unfortunately taking out the
Wait, one sitting in the bush. Ziggs is now getting jumped by the set, and will the small Yordle make it out of this? I honestly don't know. A settle coming out just to try and
Wait,
scare off
what's
Ziggs.
That wasn't Ziggs, that was
Yeah, that's what
Jax.
Ziggs. Oh, that was their Jax?
That was
Okay.
our
That
Jax.
makes so much more sense now.
Ziggs taking out the set though. I was about to say I was so confused.
I was also confused, apparently.
Vex taking out Velvet, but I'm over here trying to like speak, and then Pip confuses me. I was about to say, I swear to God, that was not Ziggs.
I was questioning why the Yordle was, like, hand-to-hand combating the set no problem. Blue team does manage to get the Ocean Drake, though, whilst we're rambling.
Unfortunate. This is a lot more of an even game. We're not seeing SVSU pokey.
Well, we are, but...
Well, we're seeing
Now-
it, but they're poking back. They're not like standing and crying in a corner this time. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
that's the truth.
They
They're
were-
not crying over the corner as they get jabbed in the stomach with like
The issue
a sword.
was they weren't trying in the corner. They were rushing forward with reckless abandon, and, like, they thought that they were invincible. And honestly, it did work out in some team fights, but eventually, once they actually got to the point where they would be fighting, they'd be down like a third of their health, and then the team fight sort of solved from that.
Yeah, but we're seeing a lot more like they're jabbing each other back. It's not like one of them's jabbing
We're
the other.
trading blows this time.
It's not like that one like bully on the playground that pulls a knife on you or something. They're both doing it on each other.
This is escalated. What? Alright, the bullies won. I was not prepared for that one. On bot lane, we are seeing SVSU pushed a bit back onto their tower. And never mind, they're just leaving the horde of caster minions and then getting fight. And it's gonna be going back to the general
a little
lane.
too far.
We're leaving the bully behind. They've claimed the domain.
I didn't mean for it to go that far. Just it was funny in my head anyway.
Sometimes I can't say anything. My segues have gone so farther off before.
We are seeing Velvet hover around the Herald pit.
We did just get Herald, I believe.
We did get Herald. I'm sorry. We're just hovering over an empty pit now. I don't know why.
We're seeing how their home is. What O is that?
That
That's
is,
Senna E. That's
that
a.
is Senna.
It's
You're
just. That's an ability.
gonna say that. It's not an ult, my dude. That's
I saw like,
no.
large flashing lights and assumed.
You would see large flashing colors, and you're like, oh.
I mean, yeah. Overwatch's top flashier thing generally means run from the character.
Flashier thing generally means run.
And then we are, yeah, no, it's just lane phase. There's not much to talk about. SVSU
No.
is pushed a bit back on the bot tower. We somehow have a gold lead. I don't know how that happened.
I don't know how that happened either, because we were behind.
Wait, we have the Velvet coming down for a gank. Behrend pushed up a bit too far. You see the Sentinel coming out.
The Seraphine.
And now it's just going to be a question of does Leona get back to the tower? As we drop all of the frames in the world on our side.
Yabby jabby Velvet. I
You know.
lost the word. Stingray.
And then meanwhile on top lane.
Set taking out our Jax, yeah.
Yes. The Leona is trying to engage into three of us, question mark. And then getting hard punished for it, losing about half her life. And we do see the Kane coming down and try and shut down this push as far as we can.
I'm just hearing Dragante question mark? No? No? No?
Going back into it. SVSU sort of just forcing
Just a lot of
The bot.
pressure action?
the
We are like, it makes sense now. We have a Kane down there. And it's a little bit more easier for them to engage, but why was Leona trying to get in when the Kane was not there?
I believe the Leona thought the Kane. I can't defend it, honestly. I was gonna try. I could not. The Kane's going in and then deciding to walk straight back through that wall, realizing just how much damage is waiting on the other side.
Hey, yo. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Opened the wrong door. Don't mind me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shall leave. I was just leaving.
Red team has summoned Rift Herald Jax, pushing hard top lane with it most likely.
Mhm.
probably gonna be able to take the tower off this.
I didn't realize Jax had it.
Neither did I. Oh no, the set's there.
Hi, Set.
That is the set. Set
Uh,
is sitting at level 10 or Jax is sitting at level 8. This might become a problem for later in the game, but honestly, that's a problem for later in the
it's a
game.
problem now.
It is a problem now, but it's not a problem until the top laner leaves the island, you know?
That's fair.
Like, most people forget about top lane, and then
We have a
suddenly...
mountain drake spawning in 30 seconds.
Yes.
Oh, Soul.
Mountain Soul.
No, it's not Soul.
Oh, you're just claiming Mountain Soul, is that what you're saying?
No, it's not Mountain Soul, because since Mountain Drake is the second one, it's going to be a different one. Best for Soul? You're just like, no.
Fire.
You're saying Infernal.
My prediction meter is not going off currently.
So it's not Ocean. It's not Cloud. Or Mountain. It's Cloud. I'll go for Cloud.
Join the Seraphine. Seraphine's possibly gonna get caught out here. 3 SVSU members engaging. And when you see
Illusion finishing off that poor Seraphine.
The pop star was a tad bit slow on the rotation. As we get hard punished for it.
That pop star did not know the dance routine and failed. You're welcome.
This is what happens if you mess up a singular move. You know the consequences. Good luck.
Dance moms. That's all I'm hearing. Oh, it looks like
team trying to not anything. SVSU gets the click. Gets the Drake. I can't speak.
SVSU Red has claimed the Drake. However, I was correct on Cloud Soul.
Good job. And SVSU continuing to push their advantage, taking out a solid chunk of health on the Vex, I believe, and also finding another kill somewhere. And then we have top lane. But we're just gonna sort of be chilling mid.
I did see Jax just push that poor Set away.
I can only assume Jax is Jax was trying to stay alive.
Oh.
Take a quick glance at the health bars.
Oh! You know, I forgot that those existed on the sites.
Yep, so do I. We do, however, have our Belveth coming up, it looks like.
Bell may be taking care of that Set there. Or the minions, that works too.
Zig?
Oh, Ziggs! Hi, Ziggs! Hi, Ziggs!
Yeah. One of us cannot take care of the Set. He is now the
The
team
Set
top.
is now coming around, it looks like.
Yes, the Set. Seraphine's up there with him. We might be seeing our Belveth go down. Set does the thing where he suddenly gains back all of his health. And we will be seeing Vanilla Gorilla.
The thing.
Set did the thing. Set hit the I will not be dying button.
Death period question mark? What's that?
It's now a yes. It's not a yes or no option for most champs. It's a yes or no option for Set.
You no longer have a yes or no option for death. Set gives you that automatic answer. Or automatic response. You die.
Just like, oh, you're approaching me.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Going back in. We sort of died down a bit. SVSU. How do we still? No, we're up in kills.
We are 1 kill up.
Yes.
And we are 1.3 gold up.
Yeah, I was gonna question how we still. I know it's not much of a gold lead, but it's enough of a gold lead. We are sitting on manual cam. Yeah, we do see a huge engage coming out. Luna will be going down as the Vex popped in from mid lane and forcing Kaiser back under jungle. A tower dive coming out. The Leona will go down, but we do see Kaiser get taken out.
That Vex helping down there was a big advantage for them. We are seeing the Herald chase them out. However, the Herald has been pushed back up, and it might be resetting as Seraphine is up there.
So I think that we'll be seeing Penn State start Herald. Meanwhile, SVSU can't really contest that.
Not particularly, no.
Because Seth. Yeah, no, remember, he's no longer a problem for later. He is now a problem. This is later.
Literally, like, a couple minutes later, he's now a problem in Pip's eyes. I said he was a problem. He still is a problem.
To be a problem. It's like you know what's gonna happen. But technically speaking, the consequences of our actions aren't here yet. We will be seeing the cane possibly cutting off our belt. No, our Stingray is gone. Our Stingray has vacated the area, realizing what's happening.
The Stingray is in its own jungle. Getting the buff.
And I think Penn State is just trying to take over site on Cloud Drake. Most likely.
Possibly. Although, but we do see Leona down there currently.
Yeah, there's...
Wait a minute, Penn State.
Yeah,
I
their
blinked.
vacant site. And SVSU does not want this to happen. Trying to catch the Leona off guard, but Leona's already gone. She did what she came for. She got rewards, and she.
Ooh, that's not good. That was a Vex ability, not ult ability.
Well, they just left the Vex in mid, done mid, in bot lane. Meanwhile, in mid, we have
Seraphine and Leona, and they're taking on the Ziggs and Bel'Veth. Bel'Veth just kind of leaving the Ziggs though.
we did. However, just got turn on top lane, as continuing the trend of meanwhile elsewhere on the map, and we'll be seeing. The teams are sort of just setting up for Drake at this point. Kane just walking through the walls as he does.
Kane just does Kane things.
Kane does not care.
Jump.
He doesn't care where the set boundaries are of the map. He'll
What
make
you
his own.
said? The emo. Ow.
Did you see the set? Our Jack's having closed slight level difference with the set, so it's now 12 to 11 as opposed to the 10 to 8 it used to be.
They do have
It
Herald.
was a very nice ability coming out from the Jax. However, Set tried to do the pull back in. So basically, it would have finished off the Jax. And meanwhile, we saw our Jax go what I can only assume is intangibility with a little staff spin to cancel it out.
Spin.
Speed.
Spin.
Speed. Speed.
Spin.
Yes.
Ooh, we have Penn State at the bottom immediately attacking on that Cloud Drake. Luna hiding in the bush attacking at the
So,
Vex, and it looks like Bel'Veth immediately going in. However, Seraphine taking out that Bel'Veth. Ziggs taking out a blue turret. And Kane taking out Luna.
they just had so much damage in that moment. I can only assume that's an ult. The Seraphine blows
Lucian
him down.
taking out Seraphine.
And now Lucian's just going to sort of be going back to doing what he does. We do see Penn State. I think they got the Drake, right? They haven't killed the Drake yet, actually. We still
No, they have not.
SVSU.
It is still somewhere. Oh, they're still getting at it.
Still getting jumped. So
It just went back to its respawn point. It was about to reset, but they continued hitting it, so it didn't. And it looks like they have slain the Cloud Drake.
The second Drake for the side of Penn State.
They are up a kill, and they are still down in gold.
It's the same
Like
exact amount.
it's at 800.
Yeah.
Literally 800.
Just generally speaking, it's been around 1K,
Yeah.
give or take a few hundred. And then on top lane, we do see what looks like a gank from the Senna, almost getting set.
But you're not jungle.
It was just.
What are you doing in that bush?
It might have just been more sort of scare off the set. They realized that they can't really leave the Jax up
Yeah,
top of the
Bel'Veth
set.
is kind of
I
Bel'Veth
believe
is busy.
Our jungler is a small bit. Okay, both the junglers are level 10, but they have
We need more stacks on Bel'Veth, I feel.
so much burst damage on them. On Penn State, it feels like.
Yes. Bel'Veth needs more stacks. I don't care what people say. Bel'Veth needs more stacks.
Stacks are the answer.
Stacks are always the answer, especially on Bel'Veth.
We do see a turn getting taken out by SVSU, and a Herald is taken by Penn State, and now they're going to be starting a giant push down mid. The Herald being summoned. 3 of them there. SVSU is going to be struggling to respond to this. Never mind, Herald's health is already almost gone, but it does get a hit on the tower.
Bringing it down to about a fifth of health left. We do see Penn State trying to make an engage onto SCSU right now, shutting down the Lucian.
You see the Leona going down to Cactus.
Ziggs, nice job, Ziggs.
Now it looks like the fight's sort of stalling out. Both teams have lost.
Yes and no.
It's not stalling out, it's just waiting for the next wave. They're going to try and figure out their best chance to go in. Kane ult coming in, just barely missing Cactus Cat.
Ooh.
And now it feels like it's died down. The first one was false alarm. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I felt that in my nose. My piercing hurts, and I don't know why.
We'll be we're going back to. It looks like I think he's trying to start a small push down mid.
Alright.
And they're just clearing the wave. I don't know what I'm talking about.
That hurt.
You really need to take like 2 hours and just learn. I know it's going to take so much longer than 2 hours, but like learn how to play a game.
A singular game.
Yes. Our turret is okay. I don't know why. My brain did not register that there was that much health bar left, and I thought it was a part of the crystal. And I was like, Our turret's health bar is at a sliver. Meanwhile, Baron will be spawning. My eyesight's not the best.
Yes, you're correct. No, I wasn't doing that because I'm disappointed. I am disappointed, but
We are seeing the Leona getting absolutely jumped. Meanwhile, the Kane's coming in. Sentinel possibly going to be able to finish it off, but you see both our bot laners going down.
taking down Lucian.
And then Kane finished off.
Yes, Luna is also out. Senna is also out. But it looks like they are now pushing in mid. Belveth coming across them.
Belveth realizing that there's not much that can be done. That just going to have
Seth.
to go.
Seth. Something.
Can't challenge the One Punch Man.
Yes. This is not going very well in SVSU's favor. It's still a very, very close game, but it appears not to be going in SVSU's favor. Jax is backing. Why?
Items, perhaps. I don't believe I've seen. I don't remember this is the last time I saw Jax go back to spawn. So probably stacked on gold.
Maybe.
We will be seeing, the level difference. It looks like it's going to be staying at just one level deficit for our top lane. And then elsewhere on the map, we have. Actually, I think it's exactly even levels. Our jungler is a level up, and our mid laner is a level behind. It's almost exactly even.
Everyone else is the same.
Yep. I'm starting to think that's not the case. I keep seeing Vex just moving in a bush. And
Moving?
we might be seeing setup for Drake here coming out. Both teams not really wanting to take too much damage before the fight actually starts.
Do you see SVSU kind of joining up in front of the Drake though? However, now it's an engage.
It's half engage.
Set is up at top, but it looks like Seth's trying to come down. Never mind, Seth's going back up to Jax.
That was very good for SVSU when they realized that Behrend was trying to engage, and they just backed it immediately, letting Leona jump in now.
Seraphine shutting down the Ziggs. Seraphine also shutting down the Belveth for actually not shutting it down, but it's a double kill. Then taking out the Lucian.
Leona escaping, just a sliver left out in life. I honestly don't understand that character after watching her jump into the center of the team and then just tank.
Leona?
Yeah.
Leona.
We'll be seeing another Drake coming out from Penn State.
I think the set is a big problem.
Honestly, the set hasn't been participating in team fights for the past.
That's true, yeah.
The issue becomes the Leona gets into our team, eats all of our damage, and then the Seraphine ends up going off.
That's true.
I think we just need to build something to burn the Leona faster, most likely. And we will be seeing Fennec.
Leona or try to burn out the Seraphine as well. Either one can work, although the Seraphine obviously is annoying.
We are not really built for a hard dive. We do see the set finally looking like he's actually on the defensive. Alright, he's going back. I don't think we're built for like dive. I don't know what a dive comp would be in this game, but I can only assume like assassins and then a bunch of camps and dash. So like we can send in our Jax and maybe Belveth, but generally speaking, probably burning the front line is our best bet.
What does he build? I don't remember if he builds tank Belveth or AP Belveth.
We'll find out. I think AP, judging from how.
I believe it's AP because I think he said something about tank Belveth being slightly trash.
Yes. Well, the Stingray has also been just getting melted anytime it's actually gotten shot. So we will be seeing. Is that art? No, it's their blue buff. Just try and kill as fast as they can so they can set up for a fight. I don't know what objectives coming up next, and I don't know inside the mind of the league player, so I have no idea where they're about to go. But I feel a team fight. We will be seeing most of Penn State. Oh, looks like they're fighting over Behrend. Most of Penn State getting ready to come in. And we will be taking the Scuttle Crab.
Skittle.
Crab.
Skittle.
Skitter. It's looking like it still could be anyone's game. But Penn State definitely has the advantage. 3 turns on both sides, 3 Drakes, however, for Penn State. And we will be seeing the engage start off. Kaxskat losing about half of his health, getting saved by what I think was a blast cone, that or a Ziggs ability. I don't know which one. SVSU is just going to get pushed back off Behrend pit. We've got to just sort of accept that.
Right now, it seems like it's a lot of team comp. Like the team comp is poking SVSU a little bit more than they were at the beginning. So it's pushing SVSU a little bit back, putting them behind.
That is, and then SVSU is more so built for not taking the hard engages, it feels like. Maybe the Belveth gives us... I think the Udyr gave us way more engage than the Belveth does, which is why them banning the Udyr is huge. Because if we have Udyr instead of Belveth, we now have Udyr as our front line. We no longer need to worry about anything else, the man will not die, and we can poke for free. With Belveth, we have a not significantly weaker front line, it looks like, but a weaker front line. So, if their front line stays alive for longer than ours, that then means their ADCs start shooting our ADCs before we do. So, it just sort of staggers. It's a domino effect. Front line dies, back line dies. And now we're sort of just watching. We're back to the in-between of we don't have an objective yet. We will be seeing what a swap back to direction can. We won't be seeing much, honestly. Not much happening. SVSU trying to deny some space with the wards. Or deny some sight with the wards. Because information is key. And we do see Penn State starting to set up for what will be their fourth and final Drake if they manage to get this. They might be planning to just take it for us so you can come and engage. We do see Leona taking down some sites. And SVSU deciding to start Behrend. So Penn State might be trading the Behrend for the Dragon. Or SVSU doing... The teams have decided they want separate objectives.
Yes. Normally, sorry, I completely zoned out. I completely forgot we were in the game. So it looks like they were trading objectives, which is basically SVSU felt, because they had a feeling that they were obviously going for the drag pit, so they wanted to take the Behrend instead, so that way they didn't have like a team fight occur.
SVSU might actually get back in time to...
With that Behrend buff, though, that does give them a little bit of more attack, so they might have a chance to be able to push them here at the drag pit.
There's a big question: does Penn State manage to burn it? Yes, before.
Unfortunately,
SVSU,
they claimed Cloud Soul before they can.
Yes, SVSU actually being given a chance to respond. And now Penn State has, I believe, a 30% movement buff whenever they use their ultimates. We do see our Jax jumping into their Vex and then realizing there's a tower there and steps back out a bit.
Yep, seems about right.
SVSU sort of trying to engage the Kane coming up, trying to challenge our Jax. We'll be jumping onto him. Jax having used most of his ability is not going to have a way out, and will be going down. SVSU is now sort of trying to capitalize off their Baron buff. They've already lost one of it, because it does... You don't lose it on backing, but you lose it on death. So that'll be slightly less value we have now. This game going for... It's already starting to look like it's going to go on for significantly longer also. So neither team has a... I take back my statement. Penn State has a clear advantage, but neither team has a glaring advantage. I hope. Because I think we do see Leona jump down to our bot lane. Well, engage happening in mid. And this will be Cactus Scat probably going down here. Meanwhile, the Seraphine does manage to find our Lucian. SVSU gotta try and find some way to stop the momentum that Penn State has going for them right now. Stingray starting to go in. Jumping the Vex just a bit. And then manages to get out. We do see the Seraphine going down to our Senna. Belveth coming out, I believe. SVSU is finally starting to seem like...
Dang, Vex taking out the Belveth though.
Sorry. and now we have Leona and Kane coming in to sort of scare.
SVSU might be finding a way to like be able to actually get around this team. However, it is very, very difficult with them being able to take out like the jungler that easily, especially like Belfast. And it looks like Set taking out one of our towers.
Somewhere bot lane, and then you just try and solve.
Yes.
SVSU's gonna have a bit of a hard time, not even a bit. They're gonna have their work cut out for them if they want to try and come back in this game. And it looks like Behrend's only real problem from game one was just the fact they can't get into engage. Now that they don't need to get into engage, the game's been going much better for them. We've hit the plateau once again.
Yes.
Seeing a bit of an engage happening down mid lane. It looks like, at the very least, it is indeed in the jungle. Our Belvet loses a solid chunk of health. We do scare off Penn State. They might be setting up for Behrend. We also might finally get to see an Elder Dragon. Because Elder Dragon, if you manage to kill it, is cracked. I believe you execute enemies on 12% health. For Elder Dragon. We do, however, see the Kane. That's not even Kane, it's the Vex jumping in. It's a whole lot of blue. We'll be seeing a double kill coming out in mid lane.
This Vex seems to be a big problem as well. But what do you say about Vex being a balanced champion we've never heard of?
It's fine, it's fine. The Vex is fed. The Vex is level 18. I think just so far it's starting to turn to Penn State has the gold advantage, they have the level advantage. So that's just you can't really contest them.
Well, I can't see our bot lane levels right now.
They're down. We'll be seeing SVSU putting up somewhat of the last stand of this tower, because if Penn State manages to get together, Set taking out the last external tower for SVSU. And now
It's pushing up at top. Meanwhile, at top.
meanwhile on top lane.
As per usual, thanks, Set.
All Penn State really needs now is just going to be one, like, good pick in a team fight, and that'll be it.
We have everyone on Penn State's side literally yelling out spawns for both Behrend and Elder.
They are. Either of these objectives would push them over the top, so you can't afford to lose either of these. This is going to be a sort of coin
They
flip
have to
of
take
which
at least one, but if Penn State gets either of these, it could be over SV. So no matter what, SV has to be able to find a way to contest with Penn State.
And it looks like Penn State is just deciding to take the gamble that SVSU does not have sight up there, and is going to try and start Behrend super early. If we can go over the Behrend pit, perhaps.
But it looks like SV might try and go down towards Elder.
I don't think SVSU knows that they're actually taking Behrend. So SVSU's...
Probably not, because it looks like they have Behrend literally
It's already gone.
gone. Behrend has been slain. So now,
This might be signaling the end game.
blue turret destroyed by Belveth.
But now SVSU's going to have to try... Oh, they're just heading down and take Elder.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're
they
pushing through both.
That they are.
That's no bueno.
If we look at the Dragon Pit. Oh, they're just chasing SVSU to
Never mind, they're just pushing them. Oh, they see us pushing bot.
SVSU realized that we aren't going to win any of these engages, so this is our honest...
This is our, like, only, oh my.
Yeah, inhibitor going down by SVSU.
Crap, everything happening. Shut it down from Ziggs on Kane. Seraphine taking a double kill on Belveth. Set taking out Lucian.
Our Stig's left.
Vex taking out Senna. Triple kill by Seraphine on Ziggs. Looks like they have an ace after Ziggs takes down Vex as well.
However, SVSU didn't win the team fight, but they did manage to do a very solid push, get a good bit of gold back, and also get rid of 3 Behrend buffs.
They did get rid of 3 Behrend buffs, that's correct. And currently, if these two engage on Elder currently,
The rest of their team
they're gonna get, yes, because these two could probably take this dragon by themselves. And if they do, these two only get the Elder Dragon buff. The other three don't.
It looks like they might be respawning.
Actually, no. One, Leona's there.
And then
Never mind. It's whoever's alive, but it looks like, yeah.
they might be slowing down how fast they're killing it so that they can actually get the rest of their team alive for it.
Possibly, because we have 10 seconds on the last person.
So it's a very close. No, they just didn't have the damage.
Oh, never mind. Kane just coming in, taking it. It looks like the only one not getting that buff is Vex.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't think Vex needs it.
Vex does not need it.
Because Set just kills most things with the execution.
Set doesn't need it either, but Set got it.
Yes. That might just be the final nail in the coffin for SVSU for this game.
That might be. SCSU preparing in mid. Prepare for the push.
Strengthen the defenses. The enemy shall run it down mid. We must be prepared.
Prepare thyself.
This will be our last stand. It'll be a glory. It might be.
It's trying to slowly go down towards bot though, but Vex is also in bot.
You see, no, coming out to try and clear some of the minion wave. And all of Penn
Number
State.
6 is going back up.
All of Penn State just chilling. I think they're just taking a drill. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what's going on down there.
They might be.
They've just claimed.
Yeah, they've just claimed their jungle. That's all it is.
Yes.
Or they may have been chasing. They may have saw the Ziggs and they were trying to make sure the Ziggs wasn't going down bot because they did see that they were pushing bot.
One thing: the longer that Penn State takes to engage, the longer their Elder Dragon buff goes on for, and eventually it will run out. I think it only lasts. It's not only. It lasts 2 minutes, maybe. And we'll be seeing a large damage
something.
as the engage starts a bit. There's more poke. They're filling each other out once again. They can't full that dive because there's power shielding right there. Meanwhile, SVSU knows they can't approach.
SVSU has to defend. They have to kind of play this out safe. Otherwise, they are inevitably screwed.
Yes. The only real hope that they might have for diverting some of the attention of this push would be a split push. But the issue
Like we said, but however, the only time that they would be able to split push, they are keeping that exit far barricaded.
Because you can send the Jax to the top, but he's got to go through a tower and inhib and then both towers.
Or you could send someone bot lane. However, they're keeping bot lane guarded.
Yeah.
So you'd have to go through at least 1 or 2 champs, and then you'd have to sit there and pay attention. Looks like we got Set backing in the middle of the river. Seraphine's coming back. A few of SVSU is going to be channeling back as well.
They're trying to send the Ziggs up bot lane. It's,
I see Belveth coming up through bot lane as well.
Yep. Is there
Probably taking out Vision.
There's only 2 Behrend spawns per game, right? I think
2 Heralds, 2 Barons?
I think so.
I
But
think
also,
that's it.
I don't remember the last time I've seen a league game go on past 40 minutes.
We had one that went on 50.
Yeah. I wasn't there for that one.
I believe it was one of Tyler's games. It's awful.
Yes. And once again, we're sort of coming back to the plateau of
Yeah, we're at a little bit of a plateau again.
we're in between all of the action. All
Nothing's
of the fun
happening.
fighting.
So we're just gonna kind of chill and wait for something to happen.
And honestly, this far in the game, I don't know if we can call it poke anymore. I think it's more of a slugfest, and then they get into the match.
Yeah, it's not poking anymore.
They felt each other out. It is now throwing it later across as a greeting. That's the best I got. That's the closest to boxing terms you'll get from me.
And as we see, Pippa's a very athletic man.
I ran. That's all I did.
That day, don't worry, that's all I
My
did.
sports were running. We will be seeing.
Track and field, people.
We have the inhibitor respawning on blue side. It looks like Penn State is trying to set up for another Baron. But I don't know if another one spawns.
Yes, another one spawns.
Okay. We see gold bounties being shown up on... Actually, a huge teamfight starting to break out. Luna goes down inside of SVSU. I don't know how this is happening. Delusional comes out trying to dissuade a bunch of them, but Vanilla Gorilla does go down.
Running! Jack's taken out.
And it's just going to be Ziggs and Lucian left, but we do have our Ziggs hard pushing bot. It's going to be mainly up to the Lucian to defend against the entirety of.
Do they realize that Ziggs is in bot?
I don't think they need to.
Never
care
mind.
enough
They're
right now.
they're pushing
Yeah.
in down mid.
There's 5 of them running it down mid. Meanwhile, we.
Ziggs is going back though. He's like, I can't do this. I have to go back and protect.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
If
Vex. Vex taking out that one, but it looks like they're gonna be pushing up on this Nexus. Oh no.
We do see our Ziggs getting back, but it's gonna be set ulted straight into a tower.
Vex taking out those Ziggs.
And then we just have our Lucian here.
They are just pushing up.
SVSU starting to respawn. We might have a bit of a chance this last fight. Lucian coming out to try and steal a bit more damage. Penn
But
State.
unfortunately, we do not have enough to stop this team fight, and that is a second game win for. Well, wait a
Penn
minute.
State. It is.
The second game has been won by them. Yes.
Yes.
That is 1-1 currently, so we will be going to a game 3, everybody.
I can only assume they took a bit of a break. So we will be right back in the casting booth. I'd probably go somewhere because honestly, league games take a while. But please be back.
That's a yes. I need a break, so I'm going to mute, or at least just take us to like intermission or something.
Intermission still a sound. Mute button. All right, we are back with game 3 of SVSU versus Penn State. We will be on blue side this time for bans, and we have one of the league team members with us for a second. So sort of running through the bans real quick. We see the Vex band on SVSU's side along with Akali and Kane. We decided those were apparently a very large problem. We're still leaving them the set. But I think set mainly got out of control because we sort of left top lane alone.
Yep, that's usually what happens with set.
And then we will be seeing Seraphine, Udyr, and Vigar banned on the side of Behrend. Kai'Sa, and we see the mummy yet again.
Starting out strong with the Senna pick.
Yes.
Our support is very good on Senna. That's really their comfort pick. Looking like that's what they're trying to pull this game. Mostly comfort picks for most people there.
You have Brittany coming back.
Oh.
You take my seat. There we go. You're stuck here at least for draft. I can just
Alrighty, sounds good. Welcome back, everybody. I don't know how long we've been back.
back for a bit.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much y'all have said.
Not much. We went over, I think, like 3 things. We do have a Vi going out, probably going to be in jungle for Behrend. And
Maybe.
a Varus.
We also see that we opened up the ban of the Kaisa just to ban the Vex.
Yes.
So
Yordles are a problem now. Oh, we do ban the set.
they figured it out.
They left.
So far we got bans on Vex, Akali, Kayn, Set. We got Mord, Udyr, Seraphine, and Vigar. Then we're seeing a Syndra ban, and our last ban on SVSU is a Malphite.
We do not want to see the rock.
No.
Not today.
And then we're seeing the Amumu jungle. This is depressing.
It's back. We can never escape it. I guess we decided that we needed more of a tanky frontline. We do, however, see them sniping the Victor pick from us this time.
Ooh.
That's honestly.
We're seeing Varus though.
Yes.
Oh no, he probably mad.
Wait, Asol?
Asol.
Asol is legal, yes. So they finally made it legal. He has
At least nerfed.
Not particularly.
no.
Our team is definitely going for the long game here. With 2 scaling picks with Senna and Asol. So
Yes.
right now last them here.
Jogath!
And they did all of the scaling.
3 scaling picks for SVSU.
So we will be trading off a bit of early game
And Garen.
and mid game power for
Garen?
all of the scaling late game.
Garen.
Definitely going to be playing for our bot side here this match. You'll see our jungle going bot a lot. He may stop by mid. I doubt he's going to try and touch top just because of the damage.
Yes, it's
Catch going on top.
catch? Oh, sure.
The two.
Yes,
boys.
buddy froze.
The 2 large is a catfish.
You just think he's a
He
catfish?
looks like a catfish.
He is in fact a catfish, actually.
He is a catfish?
Close enough.
He's got like the it's the same general like. Frogs don't have
Bunny's
teeth.
like, that's a frog.
Frogs don't have teeth.
Froze.
We're gonna have the battle of the big boys on top of Cho'Gath versus Tom Kench.
You can argue with Pip later, buddy.
We're not going into frog versus catfish right now.
I said later. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to be seeing Cho'Gath, Amumu, Asol, Varus, Senna versus Tom Kench, Vi, Victor, Kaisa, Leona.
I feel like a lot of the problems are going to come from, does Penn State get a large enough lead early game to beat out the scaling late game?
That's a good point you got there. Overall, I think their team fight also has a lot more to it. They have a lot more lockdown than us with the Leona pick and the support role. That could be a big problem. Their top lane, Tom Kench, he also has a lot of lockdown, as well as Vi. Everyone on their team besides the Kaisa actually has some form of lockdown.
Your commands tire me.
Yes, I know. This is why I need a leg player once in a while.
They understand what's happening.
Good to
We're
know.
sitting here like this champ seems to punch
I
us.
understand. It's just I don't go into full like,
They've-
detail. I should.
We are like
The
scratching
weak
surface.
fear
There's,
the
like,
shadows.
we're stuck in the same
Fear
thing.
controls them.
We've made our life choices. We're here now.
As has she.
Fair shame. If you would like to go, I know I didn't
don't
sort
know.
of like grab you from the couch.
If you would like to, you may leave. But if you want to stick around, watch, go for it.
Personally, I think it's going to be up to time of whether we win this game or not. If Lucas can get stacks, then we have a good chance of winning. But if they really pummel us early, then it's going to be a tough game.
And is
All right, thank you so much, Shane.
No problem.
Hope you enjoy your day off.
Thank you.
also as we forgot the gamer tag that was FF.
This is
15.
SVFF15 or throw. He is our normal top laner. However, Obviously Tony is playing for him today,
Yes.
and we must give him a lovely, lovely day off once in a while.
The occasional rest day is required even for League players.
Like they deserve him.
They deserve it sometimes.
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 Okay, I must know. I must look this up. No, that's not what I'm looking up. I'm looking up Tom Kench.
It's a catfish.
Never pick a fight you can't win.
Bunny wants to argue with you that frogs have teeth.
Some of them might have teeth. I honestly don't know enough. I will lose that argument
Tom Kench
wholeheartedly.
is the River King.
But I swear that Tom Kench is catfish.
His species is demon.
Yeah, but like,
That's
generally
all it
speaking,
says. It's just demon.
we'll ask Tyler. Well, we will ask the vanilla gorilla.
Is Tom Kench a girl?
No.
Or just Google what species
So
is Tom Kench?
I don't really know. This is an issue for later. That is a catfish. Is either a catfish or an alligator.
Twitter says catfish, but it's also Twitter. I don't listen to Twitter, no.
Going a bit into sort of what we meant by these.
No,
terms.
it said nothing about an alligator. Where did you get alligator from, buddy?
Nothing was said about an alligator. But going sort of into what we meant by SVSU, will be aiming for long game and scaling. Cho'Gath is a champion that the only thing I know about Cho'Gath is I know this from TFT. His ultimate, when it is its feast, whenever he takes a chomp out of the enemy champion, he will gain a stack of health. And Cho'Gath's damage, I believe, scales off his health for a lot of his abilities. And also, he just gets big. So if you notice, Cho'Gath will be very small at the start, and along as it's going along, you might think, "Oh, I swear he wasn't this large like 5 minutes ago." You're not crazy. That is indeed correct. He was not that large 5 minutes ago, and he will only be growing. I don't know how Aesol stacks, honestly. I don't understand that character. I've not seen what the dragon does. I think it's
is really funky, especially after his update.
Yeah, I think it's based off of ult, but I'm not sure. And I believe Varus is it's Senna that's our other scaling character. Throughout the match, you will see our Senna shoot these small little dots that aren't minions nor are they enemies, and that's how Senna scales. She kills and collects the souls, I think, and then she gets more powerful based off of that. Meanwhile, we just sort of have the same general poke idea coming out from the side of Penn State, but with a whole lot more focus on team fighting, as Shane or FF has pointed out. This time, however, SVSU will have a whole lot more frontline tankiness, so we shouldn't have as much of a problem dealing with their engage. The issue before was we could not have our frontline stay alive for long enough to have our backline deal the damage that we needed them to do. And over the course of a few fights, that slowly put Penn State in the lead. Other than that, I honestly don't know what most of these champs do. I don't think I've seen a Kaiser get played. I know I haven't seen Tom Kench get played. Varus, I think he stuns. The teacup, I know, not the teacup, the mummy.
Mummy.
Yep. Just generally speaking, vanilla gorilla will use teacup skin, so if we ever say teacup, it's probably the mummy. And then
He uses a cute little chroma on it. Okay, so
it's a catfish.
Tom Kench seems to most resemble the Bagarius species of catfish and has an appetite like one too. Yes, I know he has feet, Bunny. I can't stop that.
Okay. If your only argument is that he's a frog because he has feet, his legs and arms are nothing like that a frog would have. Because this man is stumpy.
Fat frog.
Yes, but they can still jump. They're fat frogs.
Does
albeit
Tomkins jump?
They are made for jumping. They'll have some powerful hind legs. I'm also not a bio major.
We could ask Reddit.
We're going too far into this rabbit hole. We've 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 descended too far into the depths.
His lore refers to him as a fish. Frogs are not fish. In conclusion, you're wrong. Stop it.
In conclusion, the argument is over.
He also eats people, just like catfish.
Checks out, checks out.
Hi, buddy.
Looking into it now, we will be seeing who has a skin.
I love the PSAs. Just because they want to be smart about them. Okay.
Oh,
Alright.
we've missed the skins. Our computers are a small bit too powerful for that, apparently.
And my computer more specifically. You know, my sarcastic paperweight of a computer.
No, that's all on the PCs and the esports room.
Yes,
Get
I know.
it, get it.
Are you implying that my cheap hunk of junk cannot handle the skins either?
I've been playing the League, like how long we sit in the loading screen is literally
Yes.
how long.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
loaded.
Yes.
I've been playing that. I don't think this thing would load League in any time faster than a minute.
30 seconds until minions.
That's what I've been playing.
I can pull up League and it'll work on my laptop. It works.
It's playable, and we see.
Yes, you can. Yes, League runs on a potato, Benny. But Bunny.
I think Penn State's sort of anti-Jogan than Cho'Gath.
Is it a
Lumber.
Cho'Gath
Yeah, it's a
skin?
Cho'Gath skin. Cho'Gath lumbering his way up. But Penn State's anti-jungle invade seems like it's so much more like set up, so they lose
What is it?
the
Diesel
ability to like.
skin.
He's just a robot dragon, or is he a fish? He's a robot dragon, somewhere in between there. But, like Penn State.
Yes, I
spread out
love
there.
that. That is the like off-brand version of a Hex Tech Drake
Yeah,
cosplay. I love that.
we'll be seeing a bit of a
He
lead.
also,
The little lizard boy.
I love the little teacup chroma. I love that he got a chroma for it, so it's cute.
Yep, and honestly, we'll be having the battle of the large lads up top. We will have the race of who
Yes.
outscales who in mid.
So I'm looking at everybody. I'm seeing that everyone on SVSU has a skin, so congrats to everybody.
Well, these are,
Tom Kench does not have a skin. Shame on you.
this is basically like SVSU's, not really mains, but like for a lot of it, it actually is their mains. Like it's more of their favorite champions. Like
Okay,
You know-
you cannot say that for Tyler. Tyler will stab you. He absolutely hates playing Alomu.
he's touched the teacup so much more in
Who is
ECAC than
Tyler's favorite? Is that what you said, buddy?
Vanilla Gorilla. I believe between Udyr and Echo.
He loves playing Udyr. He doesn't really play Echo all that much from what I've seen anymore.
The bear is gone.
He does play the bear. He just doesn't play it now. But recently he's been playing a lot of Udyr and Bel'Veth, but if we were to have to interpret his favorites, it's he likes to play
Meanwhile-
champions that have more complex like buttons and strategies rather than
So-
like a Mumu who is like a point and
We
click
do
game.
see the teacup setting up for a bit of a gank on bot lane. The Leona will be jumping our setup for pushing up a small bit too far, but we're trying to finish off the Kaisa. Gonna be escaping just one health under the tower. And now the teacup leaves. Having done his job for applying pressure.
Yes. He likes. Yes, the teacup is very cute.
SVSU sort of just forcing Penn State's bot lane all the way back. And he's not going for a tower dive at level 3. No. No, I refuse.
Yes,
He's going
he
for a
is.
tower dive level 3.
First blood!
That'll be 2 kills coming out on bot lane for SVSU.
Tower dive!
He has at full health when he went in. The tower trunked it for 2, and we do see their jungler from Penn State just walking as their mid laner coming down to finish off the teacup.
And
Messing
this
the
is
flash
Victor.
a small bit.
Victor with his little walking stick.
Attempted to flash through the wall and was just a bit too close to make it through. so we will be losing our teacup.
It's okay. That was a good turnaround. Okay, we got 2 kills and lost 1.
And as we fed our bot lane, mid lane might have a small bit of a problem now that Victor got a kill, but honestly, it shouldn't hurt too much. We do, however, see a possible gank coming up.
Cho'Gath.
Vi is never mind. Vi is not going to be fighting the Cho'Gath.
Vi is scared.
Oh wait, canceling the back. Maybe looking to wait to see if SV Ronin will push up past this sort of center area.
No, Vi went back.
Oh yeah, no, Vi's gone. Vi no longer cares. Tom Kench is on his own.
Bye, Tom Kench.
Yep.
Bye, Catfish. At least this is better than me and Connor arguing about Hakram being a centaur or a horse.
I think it's like I've never stopped and thought about it, but that's a dive for afterwards. I think he's a centaur.
Hakram? So he's I'm gonna sit here and say it again. He is a combination of pretty much a demon and a beast.
Okay.
Or human and a beast. So yes, he is a centaur because the beast is unfortunately a horse.
We do see SVSU sort of losing the poke in mid lane because once again, like we said, we're aiming for scaling. Late game is our thing. Early game, we're gonna be lucky if we somehow go even. As it's a miracle that we are above in gold, and honestly, no one expects that tower dive. Because who would?
Oh, Moo.
In their right mind. Will we see our ace?
Is Tyler ever in his right mind?
No.
Exactly.
The first Drake is spawning.
Mumu might try and steal it.
It looks like it's gonna be more of a look. We can finally.
They see people coming. They're not engaging in that. What makes you think that?
No, they're not. We might finally get to use the joint command on Twitch, and I honestly also can't remember if I ever set up commands now that I stop and think about it, so ignore that statement entirely. One day.
I'm just gonna cut out.
Just like remove my audio.
I'll talk with myself for like an hour or so.
We do see a team fight starting to go off. Asol comes in for SVSU. Cactus Cat does go down, but does so much damage to the rest of the team. Luna manages to find and pick up the Senna, and double kill coming out. The Amumu goes down on SVSU's side.
Bye, Teapot.
Goodbye, Teapot. Let's see how this rest of the fight plays out. We might be seeing a pick going on to the Vi, and it will be basically even after that fight goes down.
SV going back down to the dragon.
Yep, and Tom Kench trying to eat the Cho'Gath on top.
Take the Hextech Drake. Oh, never mind. We know take Hextech Drake. A Mumu coming to take Hextech Drake though.
I think our top laner is very slowly losing the level battle. Tom Kench just gaining.
Tom Kench is Tom Kench. It's kind of.
It's a bit hard sometimes. Once again, Cho'Gath a bit weaker early game.
Mumu is at a camp, not at Drake.
I don't think any of us are a high enough level to take Drake yet, without like reasonably dying afterwards.
Here comes the Mumu.
He's decided to prove me wrong immediately. No, he's just setting.
Oh, never mind.
There's so much vision. So much vision.
We all have the eyes on this dragon.
Forest channeling and taking out an entire minion horde in one shot of an arrow. I don't understand how these characters work. I'm going to be entirely honest for a second.
It's okay.
I will be seeing flashing lights and hoping I'm calling things right.
Yes. That's mainly what the league players don't even know what's going on in their league games, and they're the one that's playing it.
League players don't understand Philios sometimes. By sometimes I mean most of them.
Philios has 5 ults, if anyone's wondering.
He has like a pamphlet that comes with him on how to play.
Yes, he has his own user manual.
Some.
You remember my like chart that I had?
No,
Philios took up a page by himself.
I just skipped it. I'm not gonna lie. We are gonna be seeing anytime. Oh, okay. So Penn State's setting for Drake a bit. We are going to be seeing.
I think they may have taken some vision.
Yeah, SVSU's trying to take out some vision.
SCSU and them were taking out vision. Nobody has Drake yet.
Cho'Gath and the Amumu.
Take him out. Bye-bye.
They're sort of scaring him off. I'm looking for an ult. Vanilla Roll does go down on the Vi. It's just going to be the Cho'Gath left. Does manage to take out the Vi. And might just be trying to run. Asol trying to come in to help a bit. How is he still alive? Okay. The show will go down,
Sure, yeah.
and we will also be seeing the pick onto a soul. Tom Kench doing work.
Ouch.
But somehow, not somehow, it'll be back to even. The only thing SVSU has lost is a bit of a level advantage, which will come back to hurt them later, but not yet. Meanwhile, on bot lane, we are winning the level advantage. The first gank really helped out. We're going to be seeing a lot of engage. This shut down onto the Kaisa. Thank you. From the Varus. A beautiful skill shot from Kaiser.
Kaiser, yes.
Yeah.
Matt.
I don't know why. I just always second guess myself.
You were correct.
Behrend might finally be coming to take out that Drake. SVSU having lost a lot of sight, but we do see our bot laners coming up to sort of contest and force them off of it. See if we can go back down to the Dragon Pit.
Kogath taking care of that. We have them coming down to contest it. Maybe try and steal it from them.
Varus might be our best bet at...
We also have a Mumu engaging on the Herald.
Yeah, we do see our Senna goes down. It's just going to be our Varus trying to get out, running from 3 of them. Might be able to take out the Leona.
By shutting down the Varus, and it looks like SVSU taking the Herald.
Yeah, we will be trading Herald for a Drake, and then a few kills, and somehow we're back to almost. Never mind. Penn State has gained a bit of a gold lead.
Yes.
A small bit. Enough.
That
We'll
Drake
be seeing
gave
a
him a
huge push on top lane here. Actually, they're probably gonna summon Herald here. Tom Kench goes down. Nope, they're just they've killed the catfish and decided to possibly walk away. Nope, there goes the Herald.
Red team slaying the Hextech Drake, but Herald has been summoned and they're pushing on top.
So we originally traded Herald for Dragon 2 kills, but now we've traded Herald for
Push
Dragon.
on top! Ah!
But now we've traded Herald, a kill on top, and a tower on top, with a bunch of plating gone for a Dragon 2 kills.
Tom Catch is starting to come, but it looks like Herald helps take it down to like a 10th of a health.
Yep, I think they're going to be able to get this. There's a horde of cats from me. There's no way they don't finish this off. And that's before armor plating. That's so much gold that SVSU just got off that. It's absolutely massive.
That brings them up to 1.1k gold lead.
We got quick maths.
Yeah, I can math.
We figured out how numbers work.
I barely know how numbers work. I focus on human mind, not numbers.
Obviously, the simpler thing to understand.
The human mind, and then my future career I hope to be is to focus on the human mind and criminals.
I like how you're just like, numbers too hard. How people
how people
the
work.
entire psychological build-up of a human, however.
But it makes a good point. Numbers are too hard. Let me figure out why this person committed this crime and how it made them feel. Let me become the city council therapist rather than a mathematician.
We'll be seeing a teleport to mid from our Asol. Sort of trying to call it the Victor, push him a bit too far. It looks like a Sentinel coming out on bot lane. It's going to be a huge amount of damage on this Leona, who's still just walking around like nothing's happening, apparently. And now she's realizing that she might be in trouble trying to get back. The guy's going to be helping out. There's just going to be a damage after damage. The Victors have to come down
Pizza
from
did
mid.
not do much help there.
They had to send their Victor down from mid. There's now 4 of them down here, including Vi and Victor. Meanwhile, SVSU on their way.
Victor's still taking out the Kaisa.
Be
Vi taking out Varus, unfortunately. But we also have Asol's ult coming. Mumu shutting down the Victor.
Is Shogun's
also down here!
And honestly, I think that fight was in SVSU's favor. Because the people we killed had down and got them. Yep, and then meanwhile on top lane. We are going to be seeing a bit of a push on bot. That or we're retreating. It looks like we're retreating. Yeah, we're just full backing. We got our goal, we got our kills, we're getting out. Oh, he just disassembles, turns into a jet? What is that, Ace?
It's the skin. You're right, buddy. He is a transformer.
Skies. I can't sing.
Buddy's immediately like, he's a transformer.
Autobots roll out. Hazel's
Fly out.
fly out.
Autobots fly out.
Autobots out.
Yeah, just out.
In whatever form of transportation you use. We are seeing SVSU gaining a good amount of sight now that Penn State's been forced back after that fight. We're going to have, I believe, sight on Behrend and Dragon Pit.
We do see Mumu going down. Oh, that Victor was down there, but Varus taking out the Victor.
How that happened. Where he was caught out, but he was caught out somewhere.
He was caught out up here. He's like at top of.
Meanwhile,
mid.
our Senna battling against both their bot laners and somehow holding her own.
That's okay. Senna can. Luna can handle herself, as can Senna.
Luna has more than enough stacks to be able to hold her own. I used the same phrase twice in a row.
Yes, you did.
The Kai'Sa does not get to approach. And meanwhile, the Leona has also left, opting to start going top lane, it looks like. Not top lane, mid lane. Never mind, they're just hovering around Dragon Pit. Kara is coming back down with the A-Soul. This might be very bad depending on when our Senna gets back to tower. Realizing they can't actually do that. Like he's caught on the rotate.
Oh, I love A-Soul's ult.
But the damage coming out from both sides.
Kai'Sa taking out Senna.
And now it's just going to be
A-Soul!
A-Soul trying to finish off the tower, coming in for the assist. And will we see
A-Soul finishing out the Leona.
followed by the Vi.
A-Soul also shutting down the Vi.
Now it's just
Varus is at such a sliver of health.
and now the A-Soul I think is trying to chase down the Kai'Sa. Victor comes down, sword and hard punish him, and managed to find to kill 450 bounty gold.
Victor shutting him down. Oh, that's so sad.
Yep, and also Shogath has gained about 1.5 times
Do you think
size
it's
now.
400 or 100?
It was 450.
It was 100, 150.
That was
for
150?
April. Yeah, it
Okay,
was
blind.
150. I was about to say, I was like, 450?
I'm actually blind.
Your glasses ain't helping you, bud.
You're 3.5 years old, it's fine.
Yes, I know. The math major does not know numbers.
Okay, I couldn't see the numbers. There's a difference. We will be seeing, they're just chasing down the Kai'Sa on bot lane. Mumu goes in. They managed
Instead of
to
taking out
find
the
kill.
Kai'Sa. Stunning. I can't tell who that is. Oh, it is Leona. Okay, stunning the Leona, however, not doing good.
Finishing, I don't know, who was that? Vi for walking just behind the
Hi,
support
Vi.
that is tankier than her.
Bye-bye.
As soon as the Leona was no longer on the like,
Amumu putting vision on the Mountain Drake and taking him out. Put your bets on Soul.
I've been off every time.
If you're back.
I want to see ocean. I want to see the plants.
You want to see the ocean?
I want to see the plants.
The pretty thing.
I would like to see the plants.
The Infernal.
Well,
Hey, there you go.
plants.
I completely
We'll be
forgot.
seeing
I blanked.
Shogath, giant swords.
Pretty funny.
He's just walking after the Tom Kench. Victor coming sort of sage a catfish.
Cho'Gath has gotten bigger, by the way. It is not your eyes deceiving you.
A-Soul coming up, sends an ult off, just a good amount of damage. Tom Kench still somehow at half health. I don't think... I know A-Soul ult's dealing damage, but for some reason it's not registered where it's just... Okay.
It's not as bad as it was before, because A-Soul's ult originally. Oh hey, bye Tom Kench. Also here's a herald. Originally, A-Soul's ult was once it hits, it would go across the entire map. It only goes across a portion of the map now. Still bad, but it doesn't go across the entire thing. Also,
By bad we mean
herald.
bad for the enemy team.
Yes.
Yep. We will be seeing SVSU
Shogal.
just trying to get some of their health back, trying to reset, trying to get some items. We've moved from laning phase into mid phase, into mid game.
As I said, Cho'Gath gets bigger.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a level or if that's
It's his ult.
okay. Yes, it is.
And then all of his abilities scale up health. So it's great. Great time.
He does get beefier. You're correct,
The
though.
longer this game goes, the better SVSU's chances are.
Yes. Cho'Gath will get bigger and bigger and bigger, and they will be screwed.
Yep. Shogath will get bigger, A-Soul will get more
Longer?
sure.
Are you?
A-Soul will gain damage. And then Senna, I honestly don't know what happens. But Senna also gets something.
I don't know where he was trying to talk, buddy.
They
He
have
just
3 scaling champs. I just didn't know what phrase to use for A-Soul.
A-Soul is over here. We don't know. He gets
He becomes-
meaner.
Yeah, he just gets angry. Angry A-Soul.
Oh, A-Soul gets angry.
We do see a bit of a push coming out from Penn State on bot lane. They might get a tower here depending on how SVSU reacts.
if SVSU even reacts at all, but I do see a Boo in the jungle down there.
That they are. I would
And
hope
Cho'Gath!
that's on his way. Meanwhile, Asol is engaging Tom Kench on top lane, so we're just trying to make sure that he can't
Boo's just chilling in the bush. He sees the others. Varus also coming.
get two out on the team fight up. SVSU dealing a bunch of damage. Kai'Sa to take out Kai'Sa. We will be seeing a kill Behrend.
Varus though. Amumu taking out Leona.
And now it's just going to be the Victor running.
Cho'Gath taking out Vi. Victor taking out the Amumu.
And they might have to like stop and debate on actually pushing. Victor has so much burst damage on following him apparently that any one of them could be dead besides the Cho'Gath or just walking after him. Tom Kench, however, does not care.
Tom Kench is just Tom Kench. Tom Kench exists.
Tom Kench.
Tom Kench just exists.
He is here. He's not in charge.
Yes, that is all he
But
does.
he's not getting pushed around either. He is here to eat.
Varus is now moving.
He is.
He's on his way.
Cho'Gath cleaning on bot lane a bit.
Asol?
No.
Or Cho'Gath?
That's-
Oh, we were focusing on Asol. I was like, what do you
Yeah.
sir? Cho'Gath is cleaning up bottom, now that you say that.
We will be seeing a Baron spawn soon. There it goes. 20 minutes. SVSU also at a 1.7k gold lead, basically.
Yes. With 5 kills as well.
Yep. And they are down a tower. But even for objectives.
Yes.
These transforms. So we go back to we see Penn State setting up in Dragon Pit. Probably just gaining sight, gaining control of the area.
Cho'Gath is bigger.
If you tap on the minimap.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
We do see a turret going down on blue. Oh, minimap tapped to the top there. Mid lane, we do see Victor on bot. And, yeah, we've reached another point. We're just trying to fill space. Cho'Gath is twice as large as he started down.
Yes, Cho'Gath gets bigger.
Yes. Hey, do you think those arms are arms, or they're just hanging there? Do you think he uses those top arms? And how does the brush hide him? Blue team has summoned Rift Herald in the jungle?
In the jungle?
Mumu shuts down the Victor. SV Ronin managed to get a killing spree onto the Yona. We do see
Instead of taking out Vi.
getting
Cho'Gath is mean.
Cho'Gath is doing Cho'Gath things, and this is
Tom Kench!
and this is the point
Asol!
where we see SVSU sort of started to scale a bit past the point where Penn State can actually contest with them. Cho'Gath's
Cho'Gath,
not
you
going to
should
die.
Take that there.
Asol's putting out.
Hit that,
Damn it.
Drake! Don't he?
He does not need to hit the Drake.
Hit that, Drake.
He's going for it. He's realized he's larger than the Drake. We've got the Asol coming in. Dragon and large was.
That is like, that is such a rainbowy like beam coming out of Asol.
Yeah. The Transformer. It's
I think
science.
it's like Corky's, because Corky also has one, and it's like a video game kind of esque one.
Beam of science. We do
Game of science.
Yes. Our Cho'Gath just starts walking towards the Leona, and that's enough to scare her off.
Yes.
Because honestly, as we saw, there's no longer a Vi. If this team decides to look at you, you will not be existing anymore. Feast will take about half your health, and
You would
that's
just
it.
look at Cho'Gath, and every time you look at him, he looks bigger.
Yeah, because Cho'Gath ult.
Oh, he did use his arms.
Yeah, Cho'Gath ult is on a very short cooldown. 'Cause-
Bunny thinks that it's his eating hands.
Mhm.
Cho'Gath does have a very like short time. It does seem, but SCSU seems to have the lead here.
That they do, and it's just going to keep getting slightly farther as we go on, as our scaling champions continue to scale.
Scaling champs do scale.
They exponentially. It's great. It's not a continuous line. It is a we've hit this point. We're gonna go from a slow to we're suddenly through the ceiling.
Basically, what Pip is trying to say in mathematical words is their slope is very weird.
No, it's just next. It's just like 2 squared, 2x squared, x squared. Problem solved.
It's x squared, but multiply that by 2. It's a lot narrow.
X squared.
We've started here, and now we are up here.
Yeah.
Immediately. Nothing has changed.
All right, we're gonna.
So,
I think we've strayed far enough. We're on math.
yes, now we need to go back.
This is never a good sign. We will be seeing
Math is better than Nico.
Yeah. We see... I don't know what we see. Tom Kench about to fight our son in the jungle, maybe? The Cho'Gath roaming around.
Cho'Gath is just Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath is
Did we go back to
guard dog. That's what I will say. Cho'Gath is literally a guard dog. He's bigger.
You see, there's not really an engage going on. There's nothing happening. This might be one. Tom Kench thinking he can take Varus out, not realizing there's an Amumu also waiting in those bushes. Oh, don't slurp that near the mummy. He's like almost he's almost always crying. You don't want that.
What, the crying of Boo-Boo?
Yeah, you don't want to inhale his tears. Apparently you do.
All 5 of them exist here in this jungle.
They are not getting this dragon. We have decided.
We have decided your fate, and your fate says die.
Because SVSU doesn't play for a fast... they don't play for a fast end of this game. They're here for the long con, so there's going to be walking back and forth between objectives, and as we see, we're deciding Behrend is now...
Behrend!
Our Cho'Gath is almost large enough to just walk up next to Behrend and call it good.
Behrend is not scared of Cho'Gath. However, that health bar on the other hand...
They're two separate entities. Meanwhile, Penn State trying to steal Behrend, but does not manage. A huge team fight breaks out. We're seeing a bunch of damage coming out from both sides. A whole lot more from SVSU, though.
Oh, Esol's ult gets bigger.
Yes.
I lied. It starts out as a portion, but it gets bigger. I lied, people.
Meanwhile, the Victor is running for his life.
Victor will no longer have life.
There's no Cho'Gath being able to end it.
Cho'Gath is unstoppable.
How are you going to melt through all that health? Cho'Gath deciding to eat the Tom Kench ability because he knows he can just feast against Zeltak. Actually, do you see Cho'Gath go down here?
Oh. It's a 600 gold bonus bounty.
And now we might be seeing a big push coming up mid from the side of Penn State.
I just realized his callback is him trying to find a mouse in the faces, and that's so sad. The poor lonely man.
We'll see 2 turrets going down, or just 1 turret.
Just one.
Okay, we'll see 1 turret going down for the side of SVSU. What do you think of just their bot turrets? Turrets, not bottom top.
1 in top, and then 1 in bot.
The one in bot slash it looks like.
It's like it's blended in with the fog of war.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Now I think at this point SVSU theoretically has just been winning team fights through sheer raw power. Meanwhile, Penn State, their comp is built for team fights. They synergize off each other. Are we trying to steal their blue buff from right in front of them?
Yes, Amumu is doing that.
The mummy does not. The mummy is realizing.
Mummy is not happy. Nice try.
Well,
oh, hi, Tom.
The SVSU coming in to bail out their Mumu, and they do manage to get it out. Never mind, he goes back in. Managed to find a kill onto this Leona.
Shutting down the Kaisa. Although Kaisa also took out Mumu in the process.
It does not matter.
Victor taking a double kill, getting Varus. Here's our Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath, there he is. Never mind. Why did I ask that?
Cho'Gath is what's blocking the screen. We will
He just sat there and realized.
SVSU, both teams lost 4 so far, but it looks like Tom Kench will go down eventually.
Where is Cho'Gath? It's Tom Kench versus Cho'Gath. Who is the meteor one?
Neither of them seem to be losing health. Somehow they're gaining it, and I don't know where.
Tom Kench is.
I don't understand where the health pool is coming from, because it looks like... I don't think Cho'Gath has enough damage to kill Tom Kench. He's realized this. Maybe. Nope, and now Penn State will be coming back. So, Cho'Gath just doesn't have enough deep.
Cho'Gath is able to hide in this bush. Somebody tell me how this is legit logic.
It's fine. It's fine.
He's in this short little shrub and he's just able to hide.
Yep, he just crouches. It's
that was a top moment. Tom Kench is correct. That was literally a top moment.
Yeah. It's not wrong. Top laners, they tend to not kill each other, to be honest.
They literally...
We do see, speaking of killing, Kaisa goes down within seconds after getting caught out.
Pushing!
And we will be seeing SVSU just taking control of this Drake, leaving our Senna up near the top.
It's literally like defending against the Vision.
Cho'Gath is just taking out the Vision. Our Senna is being more than enough to stop him from
Drake.
Yep, I think Feast just came out and then possibly Ignite, but I also don't know what he's running as summoner spells.
So Cho'Gath is big.
I think it was indeed either Ignite or Smite. No, he just used Teleport. He got Teleport Flash. He just feasted. That's all it took.
So Cho'Gath is big.
Yes. Penn State sort of has to just take a second and rethink how they're getting here. But you can also see Cho'Gath's actual hitbox is just a small circle under him, I think.
Yes, I know. It's so weird.
I don't think the model becomes his hitbox. Ironically enough.
It does not.
Alright, good to know. League mechanics.
Blue, but yes, League of Mechanics always makes sense.
Yep. We hear a few claps from outside. I don't know what happened. It might have been the team fight that we saw, honestly.
Wendy.
They're 5 minutes. They're technically 8
5
behind.
minutes. They're a certain amount behind.
Yep.
We are technically 3.
Following. It's 5 minutes from stream and then 3 minutes from us.
Yes.
So I don't believe. Basically, if Tom Kench Cho'Gath ends up going at it again, no one's dying. It's just
No,
gonna
we're
be
just
there.
gonna watch them bat each other like cats.
Yep. I think they gain XP, but also I don't know.
And Momo just zooming.
Yep. Not a
Hit
lot.
the little pitter patter of his feet.
You see a bit of a stack in mid lane from Penn State, and SVSU also stacking, getting ready for possibly an engage down mid.
Cho'Gath just takes up the entire lane.
Yeah.
Almost.
He can get larger.
I know he gets larger.
We believe in him. Look, Tony.
He does get bigger.
Ronan, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Stall up the game for larger Cho'Gath stack. How large can we get the boy? Anyways, all 5 SVSU's members now in mid lane. As soon as I say that,
As soon as you do.
Varus is gone. And one's channeling back. For a moment, they were in mid lane. We do see the Victor going down bottom. Looks like we're going to try and gank him coming up from behind and in front so that this man does not get out of here alive. The Victor might know. Starts running from the Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath's just walking through Victor Trap. Does not care. He's got health to spare. Instead, coming in to try and finish it off.
Cho'Gath takes a lot of damage. Or gives a lot of damage. Aesol shutting down the Victor.
Yes, I think once again Cho'Gath just used Feast, 8 half Victor's health, and then Aesol Beam came in and just finished it off. We didn't ever see Penn State actually starting Behrend whilst their Victor was split pushing. I don't know how.
Varus is trying to take Behrend.
Might get a Behrend steal depending on what happens. Red team
Dang it.
manages to secure Behrend, and SVSU will sort of be backing up. However, they're
That's
down.
okay. Everyone has a Behrend buff.
That they are, but some of Penn State might actually be going down here. Never mind, they all got out. Good flashes, good utility.
Victor does not get Behrend buff. He's been dead.
Victor is indeed still responding. 15 seconds left on the clock for their main damage. It feels like. I think their team revolves. Leona is the punching bag. Victor is the thing that finishes it off, and then Tom Kench somehow, and then the rest just stun-lock. We will be seeing a turn go down in mid lane though for SVSU, or for Penn State, but on the side of SVSU.
Cho'Gath and Tom Kench.
Thank you for picking up the slack. Ronan does manage to get a kill onto Leona. And another red turret goes down. Where did he go? Cho'Gath's feast.
He literally collapsed like
huge-
dry bones.
An absolutely massive Aesol coming in. Caxcat managed to find 2 off of the flank.
It's like
Gank. Off of the somewhere. He came from a side.
Kaisa is up at the
Kaisa's
top.
decided to not deal with this.
Amumu trying to spawn in for the Ocean Drake in a minute. Just under a minute, actually, as they push up mid.
They are. Also, am I losing it? Or was Cho'Gath at full health and then suddenly just was no longer there?
I don't know how much health he had, honestly. I just saw him collapse.
Yeah.
I saw him collapse, and I saw Kaisa was the one that finished him off. And yeah. Zoom!
We will be seeing a inhibitor down on the side of red.
It looks like we are seeing them come down towards the drag pit.
And now we just go.
Now we just wait.
Low control.
Cho'Gath is on his way!
That he is a big boy lumbering through.
Glad!
Since he was getting into a bit of an engage at the Leona just getting absolutely caught out and somehow
So did you say?
yeah. Well, the issue becomes
Why is Cho'Gath dark? They're right, he's not dark anymore.
the issue
Ignore me.
becomes that meanwhile Penn State trying to go in,
Tom
Cho'Gath
Kench.
comes out.
Tom Kench has 8 Aesol. Damage?
And this is what we meant. SVSU, now they've scaled. Look at how much damage Asol is putting on literally one ability.
Oversoul gives a lot of damage, and now we have Cho'Gath also giving a lot of damage. It's a very, very bad scaling. This
very
scares
good
me.
Scaling team. It's very bad for them.
It's bad for them, yes. It is disgusting in my eyes. It scares me.
It's understandable because we're just gonna burn Dragon, literally no problems.
Cho'Gath finishing off that Ocean Drake as per usual.
Then there's the issue for Penn State now becomes they don't have a way in. Because even if they get in,
They get in, they don't have a way out.
they get in. Their Leona cannot take enough damage that the Asol and the Cho'Gath are putting out. Their team cannot deal enough damage to the Cho'Gath that ends up killing things. We just need to hope that our Asol gets out of position and then they try and finish that off. And even if they manage that, we still have the rest of our team that's also...
Everyone
Yep.
appears to be pretty even on levels. However, Tom Kench is a level up and Luna is a level up.
Tom Kench, generally speaking, actually I don't know how he's level up. Maybe he's been keeping up on more farm. Maybe if you can hit O, I believe O is scoreboard. There it is. It doesn't show us how far. It does show us how far. Tom Kench is indeed a good amount of farm ahead of the Cho'Gath.
Holy 6, 10, and 10 on that Vi record right now. However, that Leona, oh no.
Yep. It's
Although I must point out Varus with that 11, 5, 22, and then same with Asol, 11, 5, and 12. Like, good job to them. All right, you can put that away.
I don't believe. Oh no, it broke the thing. You hit the pause button. Okay. It's fine.
I didn't know that either. It's okay.
Oh, also, we got Ocean Soul. We forgot to point that out.
Oh yeah, we did get Ocean Soul.
We said, and meanwhile, the Leona's gone. Leona no longer gets to exist.
Hi, Cho'Gath. Big boy.
Asol, well, actually, the Asol goes down. SVSU might be in slight trouble here.
You did
Penn
get the
State
Vigor Crush.
starting to burn the rest of it. Luna
Senna
does it.
taking out the Victor.
Yeah, but
Victor, but
takes out
taking out Senna in the process.
We see the Varus getting a pick onto the Kaisa in the corner, and now it's just gonna be Cho'Gath, Varus, and Mumu walking.
Menacingly down mid lane.
Meanwhile, the rest of Penn State's forced to just retreat.
You have just this big thing, you have a human, and then you have this teacup mummy.
SVSU won't be able to finish here, and they might be able to get a tower. We shall find out. It looks like Cho'Gath's just gonna take advantage back to die. And yep, and there's that feast. Once again, scales off his health, and at this point, I think it's like 20% of his health, but I don't quote me on that. It's an amount of his health. We do see Vanilla Gorilla taking out the Vi, and Tom Kench is about to be taken out as well. Top dip,
Beast
not gonna happen here.
not catfish.
And
Ace!
comes out and
Holy damage.
now back at spawn. But it looks like that'll be the end of the game for SVSU, taking it.
That
2-1.
Nexus has been eaten. That is that is our final game. Holy stats.
The stacks.
Stacks or stats, whatever you want to say. But holy crap.
That is.
That was
That's what happens when a scaling game goes on for a very long time, and that wasn't even a very long time.
that puts SV Red at 4-2. They are officially making it to playoffs. So congratulations to SV Red. Looking at these stats, yeah.
Yeah, they're numbers. We don't understand them too well.
I understand the numbers.
We
I
know
just
they're
know.
large. We don't really know what they mean in the context of the game.
KDA.
Well,
I didn't mean to do that.
we know what. We have
KDA
the
damage.
Yeah, meanwhile,
Goal.
Victor dealing most of the damage.
Who dealt most damage? Yeah, Victor. And then on our side, it's Varus.
A very good job to both SVSU and Penn State. Penn State having a much more team fight centered comp. Meanwhile, SVSU is just playing the long con, as we had Shane Rep 15 tell us earlier. And in the end, apparently Stacks wins.
Yes, Cho'Gath wins. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that game. That is a 2-1 win